Good evening, everyone. Switch Double here, and as always, it's a stream time. Yeah, some of you may have actually noticed that I did stream yesterday, which isn't really I normally do. Reason? Well, I was just bored, and that was actually during the middle of afternoon for me. And I normally don't stream in the afternoons, but like I said, I was just bored, and I don't know why that is. I don't have nowhere else to do. And now all I just been had to wait for Mr. Random Coconut Guy to show up. When that happens, no idea, Mr. Tomato Coconut. Well, we have our friendly Tomato Coconut Guy. And our, or aka the masked tomato guy. Oh man. So what have I been doing though?
Pretty good.
Same. I haven't done much. I just finished off a story just before I started the stream, but it's not saved as a video yet, but I will do it afterwards. How would Rainbow Dash react if lightning does cut off Skullo's ears? Ooh,
What?
that's that's morbid. That's morbid. Um,
I'm gonna real quick get rid of that. Where's the video that I just had up?
um, quick answer for that. Two words: pissed off. I believe that Lightning Dust would have been chased all over the world by Rainbow Dash, regardless what she
I'm
is.
gonna get rid of that.
Yeah.
That's
Uh.
not happening. Not today.
So yeah, in the future, please don't put any morbid questions. You know, it's how people react afterwards. So yeah. Um, but it's pretty much that. But I say Rainbow Dash would definitely hunt down Lightning Dust, without a doubt. But what kind of punishment would she even get?
I say
Honestly,
prison.
though, I mean, the fact is, we had never actually seen any form of prison. I mean, other than for the
They would
Tartars.
deserve it.
Well, I mean, the Tartars is probably not for that. It is only for the most worst of worst criminals like Tirak, Discord, and even the bugbear, some of those type of most dangerous animals or something. It had to be one of the worst. Like, because Tirak, he was put into Taurus. In fact, we had never seen an other than in an actual prison. We had seen dungeons in throughout the G4, but not an actual prison. In fact, I do believe we have seen some police officers in the Manhattan, but other than that, much of the laws and justice system is, well, it's kind of a big mystery. Like we don't really actually know much of their laws. And the other for though we don't know for a fact if any others could be sent or banished to the moon, other than what Luna did. And is it like the and other thing is about it? We in fact have no idea if someone be banished to the moon, is it automatically 1,000 years, or if there's something that Celestia, or in the case Twilight, can decide what they want to put that pony on the moon for as a punishment. I mean, we don't even know if it's automatically 1,000 years or something they can just decide. But thinking about it is that Celestia used the elements against Nightmare Moon when it happened.
Where is it? Nothing can
So yeah, it's something like
hold
that.
it up.
Okay, how would Main Six react if lightning dust broke Ghostly Globe out of Tartarus? First, it's not that ability is as simple as it sounds. I mean, the Taurus, after all, is one of the most hardest
I want
places
to
for the most
restart this thing, but I'm not going to.
for one of the most
Not
main
until we start the stream.
um so basically the Taurus is one of the most hardest places in the world to even to get in. I mean, just looking when at the time when the magic was fading away, that they had to use this big magical gem or crystal in order to get inside. So there is not like, what about the back door? Well, technically, there wouldn't be any. There aren't any sort of back doors or side doors or any top doors or under doors. I mean, there are only one door in, and that door is made for keep them inside, not outside. So, I mean, if they somehow lightning dust would find a way to enter the Tartarus and um, freeing Cozy Glow and somehow get outside again, and the main six would find out, um, yeah, they would be
Really?
pretty, they would be pretty alarmed for certain of that. And but how would this? I mean, they wouldn't even get to know. They wouldn't know that Cozy Glow had been freed from the Taurus in first place. I mean, there aren't even like no guards outside the door at the Taurus. There are no requirements for any guards inside or outside.
Really?
So even if they were somehow find out that Taurus that Kozaglow had escaped by help of lightning dust, it the news won't even get to the main six right
Damn it.
away. It can take could have taken days, it could have taken weeks, even until they receive the news
One
about it.
moment.
So yeah, we don't even know much about that. Another thing is, why would lightning dust to event to break to help Coastal Glow to break out? There had to be for some reason for that. Like we know for at least one thing for when Coastal Glow was working with Tirak, he was helping her for how to gain her goal, her main purpose, what she wanted to do in that particular season. So it just imagine from the roles is opposite. So we will not have much in any idea exactly why, or at least first, how did she even like first? How does Cozy Glow lightning dust get inside the Taurus?
So
And two, why would she even help her to even get outside? So that is one of the few things we don't know. Oh hey, Brian Dreamer, got right from Avalon on collab with Nike.
huh?
Uh, Brony is in the comments. Wait, Brony, are you referring to Ray from the Neon Genesis Avalon or Avalon, the anime series? If that is the one, I know exactly which one that you're referring to. So that is impressive. Thought so.
Give me one
Has seen
second.
the series a little bit, but it's a little bit confusing. I know Elizabeth is a character, and I know for one fact the Ray character is a clone. She is being cloned over and over and over. So I don't know exactly though, Robert. I mean, first the two things. Like first, uh, how did lightning dust to even get inside the Taurus? Oh, that is a one interesting Mario.
And it begins.
Looks more like Gardner Mario.
I saw some weird
um,
over here. Hmm.
and the second part
Nice.
is the why would even she made her to help Kosoglo to escape from the Taurus? I mean, there was first like we know for one that Monteric helped her, but there must be some reason for Lightning Dust to do that. Is it for like to gain famous or get fame, power, or maybe a revenge? Might be revenge, but it's just it's an interesting idea. It is. If Diamond Tiara was still a bully, how would Diamond Tiara react if Skululu broke her tiara? Um, you know that if you're referring to that what she's wearing, I don't think she will be doing much about it. I mean, presuming that she has uh multiple tiaras at home, but if that is like
Mm.
a family heirloom that has passed down in the family for years, or that's something that she got from, or that's something have been in her family for a long time, or maybe that what she put it as like it's a birthday gift. So yeah, it's a little. But if she was still a bully and Skululu broke that one, well, I can say she would be upset about it. It's beyond a doubt she would be upset about it. But another thing is, we don't know for a fact normally Skululu wanted to just to break someone's stuff like that without for any particular reason. I mean, we know for a fact about based on her character's personality. We don't know. I mean, I can say right now, it's not like she would just simply grab it and destroy it or break it in half. It had to be for. I mean, even if the Diamond Tiara is still a bully, but had to be one particular reason.
What's the sign say? Alright.
Since since Diamond Tiara or Skilulu has never done anything to do that to others in the past in the series. But but it had to be some particular reason. What do you think, Gamia, that if Skululu would break Diamond Tiara's tiara, what do you think the main reason had been, even if she was still as a bully?
I'd say accident. Maybe she's zipping around town on her scooter or whatever, and she's not paying attention to where she's going. And Diamond Tiara is doing whatever, and then bam,
Yeah, exactly.
her tiara
Like
gets
that she,
ran over by the scooter or
yeah,
crashes into her or
that,
whatever.
yeah, that she could, that Skululu was doing something and then she didn't see what happened and she smashed right into her and the tiara is smashed in half. I mean, we know for a fact that
Cares
Skululu
about
wouldn't even do
anywhere.
anything to uh, to harm or even damage someone's property like that, or even if it's like a tiara. But even if I mean from this, even if the diamond actually have multiple tiaras at home and only one get destroyed, and she wouldn't even she wouldn't react much except maybe just get angry towards Skulu. But since if she has other tiaras at home, well, then she wouldn't even be much demand any compensation or something like that before it. And but yeah, it's it's a really this unusual question, but Diamond Tora at the beginning she was a bully, without a doubt, and she would even even when they were part of the school newspaper, how literally how Diamond really how almost acted that he was the ruler of the whole thing. But the others who was part of that, they really took it as a for fun. But Dimitora almost like gave everyone orders what to do or not to do. I think it's just not really something that otherwise normally that anyone would even do. So Scootaloo, yeah, I don't think she even would even break her the tiara by from for any particular reason. It had to be something. So, Mr. Game Guy, what have you been up to today?
Not much.
Same. Haven't done much except got up around noon, watched TV, took a walk with my mom and the dog, and yeah, that's pretty much it I've been done today. And yeah, work on the story course, but that's much it. And
Well,
for some reason, when my dad actually he
my
was
son's
shopping
over
today for
here.
some
30?
grocery, and he found this Easter egg filled with candy.
7.
Literally,
Honestly, isn't that bad. 17.
how Yamatora react if Scootaloo rammed into her with a scooter? Um, if Scootaloo be like ran into her in a full speed,
35.
um, that's a bit different to answer. I mean, considering that if they really caused any sort injury, or if she just knocked down on her butt, um, but that is possible that they might be possible. Sorry, repeating that word. But I think is considering that there are different reasons that how she could react. If Scootaloo did that on accident, she of course she would apologize and also depend on
Okay.
how bad uh, she been ran into her. If we know for a fact that Scootaloo would even do that on purpose either, she has no reason to do that. But if Scootaloo were somehow ran into her and she got injured, well, it's just another thing. If Scootaloo would do that and Diamantora had some injuries that had needed some had to be for a checkup, then who would pay for the medical bills? Well, that simple answer. It would have been her aunts to pay for it. Since her parents is far away and they may not even been the her parents may be far distant from the even from the nearest post office, and they might even be in the middle of nowhere in the jungle or something. And that means they were not being reached. I mean, if they get the news that their daughter had hurt someone badly and that the person or the pony actually ended up in the hospital, if they receive the message about that, and when they reach Ponyville, it might even be weeks after the event all happened. Think about it. So the ones that they had, if she Diamond would get injured, if she ran into her,
Okay.
well, it's easy to say that her aunts were the ones being paid for the bills. But personally, I don't think it's good would even ram into someone like that on purpose. What do you think, Game Guy?
Yeah, that's something she wouldn't do it on purpose. I mean,
You know, it actually come across my mind after seeing this video today. Since you have seen the newest Super Mario Bros. Movie, have you ever thought of how could Bowser had known where Peach and Mario and Luigi had or Mario had been all the whole time, every single time?
he doesn't. Well, maybe he forces Luigi to tell him because he captures Luigi. But then how would he know?
Well,
Hmm.
it's actually that video. There were actually these two brothers that been debating all kinds of franchise,
Oh,
especially Mario.
real quick, I have
Um,
to check something.
um, it's they believe one of the brothers says that Toad is the one has been spying and the whole time and was working for Bowser.
I'll just be a minute.
Who do you think would win a fight in Voldemort or Imhotep from the Mummy? From the Mummy?
Oh,
Um, well, it's basically it's my answer for Game Guy. Hadn't even seen any Harry Potter. Have you?
nope.
Have you have you seen the Mummy?
I've seen the Mummy. I have not seen Harry Potter.
So yeah, I can say that depends. If Imhotep is still as a human, when he was a human, he didn't have those special powers of his, that magical powers. He was just an ordinary human. So, and if it was like when if Imhotep was still as a living human, then Voldemort would definitely easily beat him by using the Abracadabra spell easily. But if he was in the mummy, well, he had at least some advantage. Like he can't be shot by any regular uh, firearm, even if that you're shooting with a rifle, revolver. No matter what type of weapon you use on him, it won't even affect him much. He is an undead person, so the average human weapon would not even work. I mean, if you're throwing a spear at him and it's stuck in his chest, he would even die from that. Stabbing him, pointless. So that is one of his advantage. Voldemort can easily be killed, but Imhotep as a mummy, he can't be killed like that. Another few things that he really has an advantage, if he grabs Voldemort close enough without his wand, he could somehow drain his life into his own, so he can kill him that way as well. Another that advantage that Imhotep has against Voldemort is that he can control sandstorms, literally sandstorms. Another thing is that he can even control the weather. He can also control people. So if Voldemort was alone, Imhotep himself alone, he can influence people and making them fighting for him, like in private army. Oh, that's a Mario. That's a unique Mario. But yeah, I don't think so. Basically, from that, Imhotep as a mummy has more advantage uh, towards Voldemort. But at the same time, Voldemort also has some advantages. He's a living human, but also had access to magic, including the Abracadabra spell. So if Voldemort was fighting alone against Imhotep as an unliving person and his human army, he can use that spell against the army, but it would be practically useless against the mummy of Imhotep, since he's already dead, and it won't even work. The only thing that literally can kill Imhotep is the Book of the Dead. It has a spell that can drain his supernatural abilities and making him a normal man once again. So so even though that the Imhotep has his own advantage, like he can control the weather, but if it was just a normal man, he would stand no chance against Voldemort. But as a mummy, he could simply he can just walk up to Voldemort and he can be thrown a thrown attack by the magical spells, but he wouldn't even die from it. In fact, even he can even from this, Imhotep could even practically survive even a nuke if you drop a nuke on top of him. He would just survive that, even if falling into space. Same thing. So Imhotep would even as a human would stand no chance against Voldemort. But when he is a mummy, he has a very advantage. He can control the weather, he can control sandstorms, and he can even influence humans' minds, and he can even steal their lives, which he literally did for unfortunate souls that he managed to get someone's eyes, his tongue, and all that. So, in a particular perspective, he would even though he's managed to get back to that. So, it's a tough question. Knowing the fact that Voldemort is a predator among the strongest wizards in that world, but in my opinion, it might just simply be a tie. But what do you think, game guy?
Well, no, I'm not really sure. I also just threw myself.
But yeah, so who would win a fight, Voldemort or Imhotep? Well, if he was a human, he would definitely be in the beaten by Voldemort. But since also the thing is that Voldemort also had the spell, one of the cursed or forbidden spells that can use Imperial Curse, which means that he can control other people by his own magic, like Imhotep can do. So, but if Imhotep is as an undead mummy and knows any powers, he was still would given much, and he can even die from it for no matter what he's been thrown at him. So it's a different. If Imhotep was a human against Voldemort, Voldemort would definitely beat Imhotep. But if he uses as a mummy, it would be on tie. But I think though one thing, it kind of would have been a tie, but at least one thing that Imhotep has an advantage over that. He could steal the magic or the life force from Voldemort. Even if that he is now, even though Voldemort is still as a human, he can easily be beaten otherwise from Imhotep. But if Imhotep didn't use that ability on Voldemort, I think that might have been considered as a tie. I've seen all the movies, including the Mummy, including the last one, with Rick Brandon, or Brandon, the actor who played Rick O'Donnell. Seen that one, the China, when they're in China. But the last one they made, like the reboot from 2017, not seen that one, and I'm not even going to. It's just not the same. But there is one other thing that even Voldemort would not probably even stand a chance against, is that Imhotep, he could have summoned even the Scarabaeus, that small black uh, beetles from the ground, and they would eat him alive. And those beetles is actually even real. They are in fact in real life as well, but they aren't eating flesh. Okay, not that far from where now. Um, but yeah, I think Imhotep has some advantage against Voldemort, and Voldemort has some advantage against him also. But it's a little bit it might be as like a could be a tie, or Imhotep could win. It depends on the um situation where you're in the fight with the other. I think it's possible for that. So, but if there was like another fight, what about say Deadpool against Voldemort? um, that's easy. Deadpool would win. And even like why? Well, I have seen that that he gets his arms, legs cut off, and he regenerates his body over again. So, and yeah, I think it's possibility like Deadpool will definitely win against Voldemort. But there is a big question about one thing: the abracadabra spell. Would that even have any form of uh, would it have any effect against Deadpool? That is another thing I really didn't have an idea. But what if about the say Wolverine against Voldemort? Um, at least two things. Wolverine has this two advantage. Other from his well, one of his actually his metal claws, and the second is his natural ability of healing. But and once again, I don't know how much it will affect him if if Abracadabra spell would have been used on him. So it's despite his past healing, it's a interesting topic. I don't know for myself, but if there was Voldemort against Professor X on X Men, yeah, Voldemort may have much more advantage. Even though Xavier or Professor X is one of the strongest telepaths in the world. I mean, just look what happened to the majority of the X Men back in the Logan movie. When when Professor X had a seizure, he lost control of his telepathic power and literally wiped out almost every single X-Man except for Wolverine. So, yeah, I really don't know who would otherwise win. And like I said, don't even try to ask Game Guy much about it since he has even basically never seen any Marvel or even Harry Potter movies or anything like that. So, uh, well, they might be true, Robert, that the killing spell targets the body and the soul, but it's but knowing for a fact that um, okay, if there was a person that was truly immortal, like no matter how many times you use the spell on him, he would even that person would even die. Like what is his name again? Uh, right, Apocalypse, the first mutant on
There's
the
no way
X
you
Men series.
just missed that. Oh my fucking god!
So if it was possible to kill an entirely immortal person, I don't believe so. Not, I don't think that. I don't. Oh, hey, Cody, Cody Lane. Yeah, I don't believe that I got this killing spell would even work on anyone that's truly immortal. Like, say, what if Voldemort was using this spell against a vampire? Well, that's not working as much since one thing, vampires don't have a soul. So that may not even work. Yeah. So basically, that like you said, the Voldemort's killing spell has no effect on the undead like zombies, the vampire. They're
Got it.
practically untouchable by the spell, but they may still consume. But even though you can kill them, but you can still separate their parts like a zombie. You can practically separate his head, and it will still be alive. Well, I mean, quote unquote, alive, but you know what I mean. But for the one who is immoral, that is more true. I
And
don't believe otherwise the spell won't even work on
Bowser.
someone is practically immortal. Like, um, okay, how about this? The Voldemort's killing spell, the Abracadabra spell, would also practically be useless against an artificial intelligence life form, like an android or robot. Its spell won't even work at all on them, since they are practically no soul, no life. So the spell probably wouldn't even work much. But at least there might be some spells that could destroy the android, but the killing spell would be practically useless. So the ones that have been not affected by the killing spell are the ones that already dead, like zombies, vampires, uh, uh, and of course androids or something like that. They were they would not even be harmed, and also those who is immortal, they would even either be affected by it. Since I could say in like a Star Trek, there is one character named Flint. Even though Flint isn't his actual birth name, that's a name that he gave himself after centuries. Um, when he encountered the original Enterprise crew, like the one with Kirk and Spock, uh, he was he was really old, really old. I think he were about. Squeeze here. I don't remember. he was 6,103 years old. So he was practically the oldest person on planet Earth, though he was no longer living on Earth. So, yeah.
Swedish.
Yep.
We got it. The damn
What?
vanish cap.
Huh? Oh, good. You should have been the last time we did uh Mario Randomizer. There was a coin stuck in a painting that was spinning, and that moment the game crashed.
The game couldn't handle that coin being
Yeah,
there. Obviously, I don't know
and
why
they
it
have
crashed, but I like to think that's the reason.
and the other game that you played, since he couldn't get the Chaos Edition to work, and after Randomizer crashed for the second time, he couldn't get this game started again. So you were playing something else, but there were a Mario game, but what was it?
That was Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, um, and there were one of my apparently one of my viewers or new one that I don't even know for sure. Uh, a person named Bastit turned out it was a French person. Um, and in that game, you could you can actually create your own levels. And Bastit from that time, he actually gave Game Guy his uh, list, the list of what
There's
he
the
has
Switch.
his level.
There's
And trust me, that first level he tried, he died and died and died. He never even finished off that level. It was it was just hilarious to see him
I
try
don't
and
want to
try
talk
and
about
try.
it. And I
And
showed you
you can
too. I
actually,
showed you. I'm actually really good at that game.
well, I mean, that depends on from level to level, you know. And you can
Yeah, but
see
I know
that
the ins and outs
last,
of that game like the back of my hand.
yeah. But Cody, you can see that event in that particular stream for last week. And I also made a stream yesterday, early afternoon from my end. Would have been, I think it was around 3 p.m., something like that. You were probably asleep. Game guy was even there. He was dead asleep. The only one that showed up was actually Brony Dreamer. He was there for a while though, streamed about for an hour. So yeah, I haven't. That was just that, and I was like, I'm so dead bored. I want to do something. Other than that was smashing my head against the wall. Which I can't do, otherwise my parents will be pissed.
Where's
And
this
I
point?
know me. I hadn't even watched any actual TV series on my TV for I don't know over a month now. I think. Then mostly I'd be using my TV for to watch YouTube.
Oh, there it is.
So yeah, I have some like hmm, that's something that you can actually do though,
It is.
Cody. Cody, have you any updates about the Tell Tale special? Since I did read on the G5
Oh,
wiki,
oh, oh,
and they
oh.
said that was had been delayed, but they didn't give it the reason for it. Have you any? Have you heard anything about it? Like any further update about it? If it's gonna be released in any particular date or anything? Yeah, same here. But I believe it might be in early to almost like early to mid September. I mean, it's only
Shit,
one
all these
day.
guys.
There's only one day left of August,
But
so
it's not.
I don't.
Today.
So I doubt it. It's gonna be even be today or tomorrow. I also wonder what was the reason the
One,
particular
eight, eight,
reason.
eight, one.
Okay, let's see what this Mario's gonna be like.
Hold on. First, before I do that, this wasn't on the list of Mario since we didn't do yesterday, so I'm gonna have to actually check.
So like I said, Cody, this possibility that that special actually will be in early to mid September. I mean, if you're looking back, the first one, the first ones were supposed to be released in March, but it didn't happen. That was somehow released in early April instead. And I always assumed that each one is gonna be about for any particular a major holiday, like Easter, uh, Christmas, New Year, Halloween. But the thing is, the second one were set to be released in August, and I don't even know there's any major American holiday that can place in August. I looked it up, and there aren't any. And I don't know any major holiday international on in August. So,
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be on there. All right, cool.
uh, so if the fourth one's gonna be that will be released in November, I had always assumed that would be in
Oh my god,
uh
he's
Cody, you
blue.
really
It's like super blue.
huh? Someone else here.
What the?
Uh, Windows the Window Editor 1990. Hmm. I just been quiet. Hi
Uh,
from cap out
okay.
anyways. Okay. No worries. Um, yeah. So Cody, the third one that or the last one that is set to be
What the?
released in November. I had always assumed that's gonna be for a Christmas special. I mean, if you're looking back, Winter Wish Day was released in November, and Best Gift Ever was also released in November. Both was Christmas special.
I love this Mario. He's so great.
So yeah, I really have no idea. But another thing that also came across
What's his name?
in my mind, thought about it, is that if you're looking back, the first one was delayed with a few days. The second was supposed to be released on August 22nd, but was delayed for some reason. So it might be released something early to mid September. So taking that in considering, it's possible that the third and the fourth might also be delayed. Well, that depends on when they are set to be released. So if the third one that's going to be released in October, if that doesn't happen, it might be released in November. And if the fourth one is being released in November, then you had two special ones. But taking that for a fact, it's also possible that the fourth one might even be released in this December. I mean, it's just that we may have to consider that it's possible, since the first one was supposed to be in March and happened in April. The second one was being supposed to be in the end of August. And even though there are only 1 day left of August, the chances for it being released to today or even tomorrow is a very slim to none. So I do believe that that special will be being released sometime in September. But exactly which day, it's it's hard to say for sure. I'm just
Um,
it's and also been even if you were trying to find any information about the second, third, or fourth special of the Tale, you may not even find anything. I mean, I had assumed after the
oh,
second was supposed to be released in August, I thought maybe because that particular day I went back to that Wikia, G5 Wikia, several times during the day to see if there were any further update of the episode, like mention about the title or any part of the storyline, anything. But nothing. It hadn't even changed. So I've I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen in the second special. And even though the first one that I had always assumed was going to be about an Easter special, well, it was not what I expected. I like Izzy had lost her creativity, uh, you know, sense of creating stuff. So, as she called it, a blocky walkie. So, it's I only wonder what's happening in this new ones that has been supposed to be released. You know, I did notice that in the last one they actually made, not the one that they recently posted, but the one before, the sleepover. That Hitch, he was actually being given. His name showed up in the credits, even though he wasn't even in the episode. And that Posey Bloom, or at least Posey, she was only thought that sleepover just was that sleeping over, like go to sleep early. But yeah, let's see, it wasn't even that at all. Uh, Game guy, have you ever done any sleepover by any chance?
A few times.
Same. I mean, eh, I kind of like 3 times, but the second one, the first one was, I don't know if that counts. I mean, I was supposed to be in there. That was my grandmother, late grandmother, when we were in her summer cabin. So I don't think that would even count. But the first one, I was with my best friend at his family home. And to be honest though, I don't even remember, other than we watched on TV, what happened afterwards. The second one, I was actually at over my ex girlfriend's at the time, and who also was a friend of mine. People saying that you can't be friends with your ex, but I say opposite. You can be. Um, so basically, what happened that when I was my ex sleeping over for over an entire night, mm, nothing much happened. So she was living with her boyfriend. The only thing that's I watched on TV, but her TV had its own life. Even I had the TV at a low volume, the volume like zip went up automatically of itself. So I lowered the volume, but just a moment later, zip, it went up again. So I had enough. So I just turned off the TV, but I couldn't get any sleep. So the next day, when she was on the balcony doing some sunbathing, I just laid on the couch to just relax. And just a moment later, I was out. I was knocked out, cold, sleeping, snoring and all. The sleepiness took a kick in afterwards. But other than that, I haven't only done like sleepovers like twice. Uh, Actually 3 times. The last one was after at my sister's place for one night. It was like over a year ago, so it was nice. How would every opponent react if Diamond Tora and Skulu got in the fight at school and Skulu broke Diamond Tora's nose? Ooh.
Mm,
Uh,
mm-mm.
well, Robert, that depends like literally what would they like the main reason for them going to the particular fight in the first place? Well, like I said earlier when you asked about on the question, um, her parents, which are explorers and adventurers, so they may not even been aware of that. Sometimes they can be unreachable since they can be middle of nowhere. So it's not like they would even been heard. They can be like weeks or perhaps even months after the event took place. But since she been looked after by her aunts, one of her paternal aunt and her aunt's partner, they will be disappointed at Skululu for sure of that. They will scold her and most likely even grounded her for, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks or so, at least for a while, to realize for her to realize her actions. I mean, it's like and Dimeteora. Well, that also if there was Diamond who started a fight, and of course her parents was aware of that. Well, her father might just be angry. Her mom would also be angry. So she might if Diamond was the one that started the fight, she would be grounded. But if she was not, if it was Skulu started a fight, well, Diamond might simply also be grounded or at least to, or at least receive some form of punishment. Other than that, I don't know. It's I had never actually punched anyone in the nose like that or in the face ever. The one only time, the only thing I had done to someone was like, I grab his arm and bite. I was biting his arm and bleed. But I was like what, 9, 10 years old, and he was the one that caused the problem in the first place, not me. I was just sitting there drawing, and he messed up my drawing. I was, I was mad. I was mad.
What is that
So,
sound? What the fuck is happening over here?
mm, but how would the police react? Um, Her friends will be, of course, stunned that Skulu had this in her to punish or punch someone like that. Rainbow Dash. Um, well, since Skulu seeing Rainbow as like a big sister, and even Rainbow also treating her as a younger sister, mm, so I think that Rainbow will be would have been disappointing about of the actions because violence doesn't solve anything at all. So I'm saying, but their closest friends would be they will be shocked. Uh, well, they might be shocked and all that. While Skulalu's aunts, they will be upset, shocked, since this isn't like Skulalu's typical behavior. She isn't the one that just simply go around and punch anyone around, despite if she's angry. I mean, we have seen her angry in front of us sometimes in some episodes, but she never reflect out on that anger on someone else. So it might be as a big shocker to her own on that. It's just how it is. Like if I had a kid and that kid punched someone in the school or in the neighborhood, I was like, whoa! I would be shocked, and I mean, I would be angry, but I would have needed every single information from both sides, like myself
Um,
and from the person
hello?
who actually been hurt. Hello, hello. So
Hmm.
yeah, I would rather have if it was my case, if it was my kid doing that, I would have had uh, every single information from both sides to determine exactly what was the cause of this. Like, what made the fight to happen in the first place? I mean, sometimes a fight between kids can happen for no particular. then, for no particular reason, and it makes sense in that.
You thought you were going to throw me off the edge? Well, guess what? Oh,
Oh, bye bye.
I hate Tiny Huge Island, dude. It sucks.
Um, so how would your parents react if you were in a fight with someone and you punched in someone's face like that, or in the nose, and it like even broke, or game guy?
Uh, not sure.
They might be they might be they might be shocked and even ask you why you did it. And yeah, I mean, unless if you had never done it before, so it's surprising they would even been shocked of it. Cody, how would your parents react if you punch someone like in the face like that? Yeah, it was like it's understandable. But they probably ask you also, like, even though they know that you're not the violent type, you're more like a pacifist, peaceful person that prefer non-violence. That you maybe would use some form of violence or fighting in self-defense as a as an absolute, uh, you know, as absolute last resort. From my case, well, I will be shoot out, without a doubt. My parents will be in question me over and over and over, like, why did you punch this person in the face like that? They will ask me why, and I understandable for that. My parents know the fact I'm not a violent person. Well, not anymore, at least. I was I wouldn't say I was a wild kid when I was younger. Um, I was more like a almost out of control kid. I could fight anyone, like my own siblings, next door neighbor kid, or someone from my class. I could punch anyone, for regardless for what I felt. Even I felt hurt by anyone, or if I have been insulted, I could literally fight and even punch anyone. Then when I was as a kid. But now these days, I don't. I learned my mistake from the past. Though, same from that is that the only time I've really felt I wanted to take care of some business, like not like quote unquote, but really take care of some business. This was some years ago, like at least a few years ago. This was before COVID happened. Um, I had told this story a couple of times before, but basically, when I was just in my old workplace, my old classmate were working there. He, um, what he was doing, we were talking about something. I don't even remember what the topic was. And then we started argue about something, and the argument went even worse and worse and worse as it was already. And I was somehow so pissed off. I was so pissed that I could strangle that guy. Really, like, stood up and strangle him. I literally stood up though. I did, but I walked past him. I was like, zip out from the room and left. I could have done that. I could have done that or punched in the face, but I could have been reported for assault, and that is the last thing I want to happen. happened to me. So I just stood up, left the room, and walked away, took a walk to cool down. When I came back, he wasn't there anymore. But I wasn't even alone in the room. My former supervisor was sitting just about 6 feet away from me or so. She heard everything clearly. She heard every single word clearly, and she saw it happen. I was so pissed. But, you know, I would actually, so I was so mad. But that wasn't the last time he did something like that. I was wondering if someone else in the, to be working as a cashier. We were talking to an older lady who was talking about the, uh, you know, about the new coins that Sweden actually presented uh, some years ago. I was about to explain the reasons, and
It's just this new thing with absolutely no context at all. I'm just so fucking confused right now.
so basically, when we were trying to explain to this lady about the new coins, um, my former classmate and former colleague, he walked
No,
around the
not
corner.
that.
Uh,
I heard that.
yeah. So I just he walked around the corner, and I was just he actually overheard the conversation. I was trying about to tell him about what I was about to tell this lady, which also led to some argue. And one of the rules that we were told not to argue in front of customers at all. Luckily, I wasn't even punished or anything. I wasn't, and or he wasn't. It wasn't like luckily though the argue was even that bad. But the main reason why he is end up like this, at first when I said that almost like that I felt that I want to strangle him. Well, the reason is that early that same day, I found out we had some sticks when we were using paint, like just to stir around in the actual can of the paint. He
Oh,
had
okay.
used he had used one,
Sorry, one.
and he put it on the bench and not clean it off. When I found it, the paint had dried and the stick was stuck to the actually the bench.
Got it.
Wow. Okay, that was a one perfect Mario though. There's only one way from being killed there. Um. So I couldn't remove that stick from the line from the workbench. I had to use a freaking screwdriver and a hammer to bang it off. And but one of the most disappointing things that he did, he had literally ruined one expensive paint. And this paint was just not your typical water-based paint. This was actually a magnetic paint. You can be using that paint on, say, a piece of wood, and you can use magnets on it, like actual magnets. But he had even somehow that can wasn't even complete sealed, and the paint was bone dry. Like it was basically useless. And that paint wasn't that cheap, I'll tell you. Even my former supervisor also had a run into my old classmate for some reason. I don't know exactly what happened. Never even asked. Um, the only way I heard is that he was looking for a person in the carpenter department, but the person wasn't even there. But my old classmate was there, and he said something to her, and which made her angry. But that is not the all that. He had also been told many times, many times, to always put back the tools where they were supposed to be in the carpenter department. Did he? Nope. He just left them out where they were not where they're supposed to be. Basically, he made a mess. And another few things that also he did is that when he was when he was taking care of work and something, he made this
I'm
huge
sorry. How
sword.
many stars?
40.
Why is it 40?
I don't know. So he decided to make this huge wood sword, like not like those like a medieval type sword, but this blade was big. Like I had to assume maybe 20 inches wide, and the actual blade was probably like I don't know, maybe 4 feet long, maybe. And he used duct tape to put that on for to use for paint on later. But he never completed that sword. When he was asked one time later if he wanted it back, but he said, "No, you can throw it." But could spend a whole roll of duct tape
It's like the
on some masks.
theme.
Like he could have made I don't know 3 or 4 masks with just 1 or 2 rolls of duct tapes. And every time when we had duct tapes, we had to hide it from him. But the main reason why he was eventually had to leave the place, this is only I was told. I don't know exactly much in details what happened or what he said. Only I know for a fact that he threatened someone in at that workplace. And like I said, I don't have every single details. Even if I did, I wouldn't even believe myself. I know the only for fact that he threatened someone there, and that was the reason why he was let go. Well, since technically he wasn't actually hired, I wasn't hired. We were like volunteers. So yeah, even though now these days I can actually talk to him, even normally. Well, as long as it doesn't even piss me off. Luckily though, that hasn't happened since. But that guy was sometimes when he was younger a pain in the ass. Excuse my French, but it's true. How would Diamond Tiara react if Sweetie Belle turned her tiara into a tomato?
That's what I was reacting to before. I'm like, what?
uh,
It's like the most random question I've ever heard. But
um, um, yeah. Let's say that Diamond might be surprised of that happened,
I think she'd be more
and
confused than anything.
yeah, and she probably asked if it's possible for Sweetie Belle to turn it back. If that Sweetie Belle may only know how to turn something to that, not reverse it, well, if she had to reverse the spell, it's likely she had to go to
Oh, I'm
see
dead.
either Rarity, Twilight for help, or another maybe in another case like Starlight. I mean, I don't think that Sweetie Belle would even go into a spell like that without actually, um, uh, without actually know exactly the process first. But it would have been funny though if she actually somehow did it. I don't, but like Anya said, I don't think Diamond would even be. I don't think she would be even be angry. She'd more like to be shocked, confused. But she probably will ask her if she can somehow transform it back to her tiara. But who knows? It's possible. But I think it's better not to go into do that type of spells unless you do know for a fact for sure if you can if you can reverse a spell. So yeah, uh, it's always in back in G4. It's always about the main six, especially Twilight. It's never about enough about Spike. Uh, I hear you, Cody. I hear you on that one. And it's true. They never actually focus, even though there were 2 episodes about Spike, quote unquote, all about him. First one is Spike in your service. which had been considered one of the bad episodes for some reason. And the second one is Spike when his birthday, when they all have given his gifts when he felt greed. Though the third one I could consider, actually no, there are two more. Third is when he acts as a princess for a day while Twilight is asleep by order from Cadence. And two is when they somehow but sucked in to this magical comic book, and that the other main six they tried their best to defeat this supposed comic villain, which they never did since they had no idea who anything about her at all, like a backstory or anything. Or since they had somehow new powers, like one of them were like Flash, Wonder Woman. Okay, I would have been surprised that particular here that episode, but though when they had these superpowers, I would have not been surprised that they were actually based on the Justice League. You know, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash. So out of them being, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised of that. Like Applejack for the lasso, kind of like Wonder Woman. The only one that was literally the same is Rainbow when she had that thunder power. I mean, she can control the weather back in the normal world. So, so that is one of the few episodes that Spike actually had some kind of his own episode. Even though they were mainly about the main six, but when they were in the comic, Spike actually had his time to shine. So in a way, that even though so many say, "No,
Really?
he wasn't shining," that wasn't an episode about himself, about just about him. But they gave him an opportunity to literally showing
God
how
damn
he
it!
can be like that. So
Fucking Vanish
I
Chap
just
again. I don't get it.
yeah, they probably should do some form of musical episode about. Um, yeah, even if someone wanted to make an actual musical show like in real life about Spike, oh, Cody, you probably will love this particular as an idea. What if? What if the other news were it was just one single episode, or there was like a two-part episode where Spike travels to Dragonlance, ask around, and he managed to find his family, like his biological family, even if it's like his parents, grandparents, or maybe encounters an older sibling like a sister or brother. Because we know of least that the dragons have siblings. Like you look at the Garble, which is the older brother to Smolder. If they had made an episode of Spike, even if it was a single episode or two parts, where Spike travels to Dragonland to find any of his actual biological family, that idea would have been perfect. I would have loved it. And even when that
Did they
dragon
do
who
that?
came to Ponyville, and even when that particular dragon came to Slatcher or Slugger, what his name was, when he came to Ponyville, pretended to be Spike's father, I was like, when he said he was Spike's father, I was like, wait, what? It's like my brain was like a complete stop there, like, eh, computer not execute. I was like, my whole brain stopped. But when I later learned it wasn't even his actual father, and even when he mentioned this backstory, what happened to Spike's mother, quote unquote, Spike's mother, if that would have been his actual father, I would have been sad what happened to his mother. But if, yeah, and if it was his real father and learning how he just born like that,
What
let's
if it
say
was
I,
Honko then?
I would I would have been so pissed at that character otherwise, but I'm glad that he wasn't actual Spike's father. Uh, well, it would have been a two-parter of where Spike could have met his evil doppelganger.
Hmm.
Hmm, I mean, other from that one that the Chrysalis made of the main six.
Ow.
But since, even though the reason why, I think the reason why she didn't do a evil counterpart or doppelganger of Spike is because that she didn't have a photograph of Spike. Because the evil counterpart, the mean six, actually were had their photos on trees. That was the reason why they were like an identical copy of them. There were if there would have been if there was of one of Spike, it likely would have been an evil doppelganger of Spike. So yeah, I believe that's possible.
Oh.
But I wonder, has there been any like a 3-part episode or something? I know that there have been like multiple double 2 parts, but a 3-part episode? I don't think so. I know I know that the first episode from season 1, the first was a double episode, but other than that, I don't know. Everything that happened was all considered abuse and disrespect towards poor Spike. Uh, true, but it
Dude.
wasn't my. But it wouldn't. I don't know if they would be considered them as much as an abuse as Spike in G5. I mean, he was a full-grown dragon, even though he was easily taken over by Opaline. But oh, you're gonna throw him instead. I wonder how much he weighs.
You don't want to know.
1,000 pounds.
No, I'm gonna do something better. This thing doesn't hit me in the face. It's just going to. Oh, never mind. If I just stay here, I'll be fine.
You know, Cody. Spike is actually anyone. I don't. I would not have been so like so surprised that there's some people saying that Spike that deserves some abuse now and then. I would have been surprised if there were some people that really hated Spike, even though he has done so much good for the series. Um, do you guys think
Say
that
sayonara.
adios?
I forgot I did that. Get back here.
But do you guys think that it's possible for Chrysalis to even be reformed?
Uh, Maybe.
I don't think either because she has said in when the when she worked with Tyrek and Kozaglow that she said friendship is like a disease. So I have really low chance of her even being reformed. Tyrek,
Alright, where
nope.
did that go? Oh, there it is. Wait, what?
Oh,
Wait, huh?
man.
Wait, who? Wait, when? Wait, why? Oh, wait, hold on. I can triple jump.
um, right.
There we go.
But I will take something to leave for a moment here. So
So, welcome back to the randomizer. None of us have mentioned what we're doing, what I'm doing, because we've been too busy talking about My Little Pony. But yeah, I'm basically playing Mario 64, except everything's in a random spot, because of course it is. Right now, we have a Mario that vaguely looks like Celestia's hair. Doesn't it? Kinda. He's got the green, he's got the blue, he's got the pink in the back. He even has yellow, which I acknowledge she doesn't have yellow, but you know, she would. It's like she that could be like the like those are the boots. Those are the boots she wears. That makes way too much sense. I knew it. It's Celestio. I always knew we'd find him. They're Lot's brother. You didn't know that? They sent me away like 15 years ago. Do you know how hard it was to survive without magic? Not entirely sure how I ended up becoming a human, though. It's a little weird, don't you think? He even has like slight blue, which I also acknowledge that Celestia doesn't have, but we'll just say they're something. I don't know. I can't think of anything blue that Celestia would have. Gloves? I mean, I guess they would be blue. I think they'd be white, though. The yellow being her boots makes way too much sense, but I can't think of anything that would be blue of Celestia's. I guess it could represent Luna, but like. Except I guess Mario's head would have to be white in order for it to really work. But to me, it's Celestio. Just let me have this one. We'll think of a better name if I end up actually getting a Celestio. So far, all of these seeds have been winners.
Boy, I'm tired.
I tired. I don't know what. Alright, what is happening right now? Why is every seed we've got are kick ass?
I don't know.
This
Which one are
Mario,
you?
this Mario
Which one are you
rules.
using?
The last one was Cody's. This one is. Give me 1 second. I have to end up in wherever this goes. This is 49999. 4 9s.
Um, no
It
idea.
was one of the seeds that we didn't use yesterday or last time we did the randomizer.
That was probably one of mine.
Yeah, I always write them down in my phone. This Mario fucking rules, but I love him. He's great. Oops. He's even got purple for good measure. What's happening in the private chat right now?
So, how has things been for you, though, Cody? Same here. Not much happened. We worked on a new story. Uh, actually, I was working on it before the stream. I am just finished it off, but haven't even saved it yet. So, how much is laundry? $10. What? 637 million. Oh,
That's a lot of money.
oh.
What's the
Uh,
sign say? Snowman Mountain ahead. Yup, I definitely see that Snowman Mountain. All right, thanks for the information. What do you say?
$637 million to whoops, I missed out one letter. This number So $637 million in
What
Switch currency. That would
what is
be
going on in the private right now?
uh that would have been no wait. That would have been
Thank you for
six
that, Echo.
hundred
Calm down there,
I
Peter.
think my
Sound like Peter
um
Griffin right now. Yeah.
um uh aside from the 647 million dollars in my country's currency, it's um wait 6,541,622,540. So 6.5 billion. If I won 637 million in US and got that to convert to my country's currency, I'd be like, I am multi-billionaire. Hang on, question, Cody. Let's go see what's the question. Have you tried Chaos Edition ROM hack? Yeah.
Wait,
He
are
asked.
you talking? Are you talking about the other ROM hack that makes me want to throw myself out the window? Yes, you're right. I actually have the ROM hack. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it's somewhere around here.
Hmm. Let's see. Cody, you asked how close are to our
I
next
could
Q
give
and
it a
A.
shot and a half.
I'm actually a little bit still a little bit off from that, but I'm around 8,770 plus subscribers, so it might take a bit longer.
It's ridiculous. It's what it is.
Uh, he asked, yeah, it's funny. Chaos Edition, uh, pay this guys.
Really? Not
One
that.
word I can only describe that game: insane in a good way. It is
But it's nice to
totally
meet someone that
insane.
actually knows about ROM hacks. That isn't just me.
Yeah. Even though I had never played it. In fact, I had never played any Mario games at all. Would I? Probably, but never much been into that. I have never been much a gamer. I play some games mostly online, like Battleship, Yahtzee, something like that type of games. But I have played several games in the past, like some uh, Doom, the very first Doom, House of Death, a zombie game, years ago. It was fun. I haven't even played Street Fighter, but that was more than 20 years ago, so I think. But some games are actually fun, others are questionable. Ever heard of or seen Batman Beyond? Dude, really? I've seen the whole freaking series on Net Cartoon Network and
That
online.
sounds like this guy and me. We're gonna get along.
I have seen the Batman Beyond, Return of Joker, or Joker's Return. Seen it. Um, it turned out that Terry
Oh,
McGinnis is
wait,
actually
quick
acting
person,
is
shut up.
it
What
turned
were
out
you saying,
McGinnis
buddy?
it turned out that the Terry McGinnis, the new Batman, is actually Bruce Wayne's uh quote unquote son. After
Oh, and
even
by
though
the
he
way, just to let you know, this is on actual console. I'm playing this on
hmm,
an actual N64 because I find it a lot more comfortable than just using my damn computer.
um Cody, that there is actually one episode where we can see Terrence McGinnis when he is about 15 years older, but that is not in the Batman Beyond. That is actually in Justice League
You
Unlimited,
know what?
an
I
epilogue
might
episode.
actually see if Chaos Edition will cooperate. Just to
Yeah,
show you.
let's give it a try. Can you
I'll
give it a
just get
try
one
for
more
that?
star here, and then we'll see
Yeah.
how that goes.
So what happens that Cody? It turned out that McGinnis is actually
Where
Boo's
is
son,
this?
and that you know,
Flower star, where would that be?
um, um, it that even though Bruce was not actually the one actually gave
That where Dory is,
or
probably.
made Terry's mother pregnant at all, it turned out that was actually that Amanda Waller, part of the Cadmus project, had involved. Uh,
Did it actually? That's awesome. Okay, Chaos Edition. It's a wild, wild thing. I'm heading over to stars five? Five.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's actually uh, if there would have been a Mario game where literally Bowser is the true main guy,
Nine,
and that
nine,
Mario
nine,
would
nine.
be the total bad guy. I mean, like I said once before, many assumes that Bowser is entire bad guy, but Bowser is actually more like the anti-hero, like Shadow is. And okay, I can say right now, this is not a movie that even Game Guy had even seen, which is the Sonic movies for the live action version of that being released yet. Um, there were actually one guy that believes
Or
that
damn it.
Shadow is not even. He doesn't know that. He says uh, that he said that either new Sonic game or the Sonic movie that's going to be released this year is that Shadow is not the main villain
Always working.
in this whole series. It's actually more like he believed that Chaos might be the true bad guy. And another thing is, Jim Carrey is going to play two roles in the new movie. He's playing Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik,
Alright, what have
his
I done
grandfather.
so far?
There were even some talks about
Really need to pull from mountain because I've hit there for.
uh, I believe there was actually some talks about having
Oh,
there were
got
talks
the
about
rainbows.
making a fort that they are actually also working on the fourth movie of Sonic.
Like hell, I'm going. Oh,
If that's true,
never mind. The
no
game
idea.
said I want you to do this.
You know, it would be fun if you could kick that penguin off the edge.
It's weird seeing all the right coin colors. I'm so used to the randomizer. Usually the randomizer makes them like. Oh,
Whoops!
I swear I know what I'm doing. Oh god, Mario's ludicrously fast, and he's going the wrong way. Hello, Hell, my old friend. How you doing? And it's pausing.
Oh
I'm still
man!
going
I
fast.
mean, like
Yep.
the last time when you played the Mario randomizer, how you found that coin in painting,
Hold on a
it
second.
was like stuck in the painting, like
Mario's
spinning
invisible.
around, and after
Oh,
that,
we got
the
that
game
going on.
crashed. It was hilarious.
Oh, am I tripping?
Ah,
Oh, if I press B, I just big
um,
fire.
Cody, have you ever thought of doing any movies of Sonic the characters?
I'll get over there. Don't worry about it. What have I done in Lethal Lava? Oh, I'm done with Lethal Lava Land. Um, am I on the
Excuse me.
upstairs? I don't remember doing that.
Hmm. You know, I saw that in the trailer of the new Sonic movie, Amy Rose actually appeared in it.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding, by the way. I actually, this is the act. This is Chaos Edition now. Mario's moving backwards. He's invisible. He's got the wing cap. The camera's going wild, and I think if I press B, I'm gonna make fire come out of nowhere.
Hmm. Cody, if you were to make your own Sonic TV show based on Sonic Archie comics,
I can't
that
change the
is the
camera
question
either,
of
so that's just great.
uh,
Oh, it's
that
shaking.
is the question. Well, I don't need any milkshake, Mario. Thank you, but no thanks.
I don't think it was the
Um,
shake that was shaking.
um,
Really? Not
but
hitting the.
Mario, sorry, Cody, uh, if you would do a TV show based on the Sonic Archie comics, I have
Um.
one main question then.
Oh,
Which
one second.
timeline is that you were supposed to be doing it based on? In the Archie comics, the whole timeline changed during this
Everything sounds so far.
Super Genesis crisis.
Mario just went flying. The
I
controls
mean,
are
if you
messed
really
up.
would refer to the original Arctic
Grab
timeline
this.
or the new one, just saying that that's pointing out. Uh, but Cody, did you
Hold on a second.
see
I'll get there.
Cody? Did you see that comic Sonic Archie Sonic
Um.
Archie comics
What?
TV show that were on the TV? They actually made one back in the 90s.
Uh.
And it,
I'm standing on the water. What is happening right now? I don't understand.
yeah, Sonic Saturn, which is stand for Saturday afternoon, I think it is called.
If I can ground pound this, that'd be great. Ground
They
pound.
were actually, I think it was about, I think it were, yeah, I think it was two seasons of that
Mario,
show,
please.
and
Mario,
or was
thank
it
you.
two, or was it just one?
If I
Let's
could
see
stop
here.
moving backwards, that'd be awesome.
Sonic Saturn, which is based on that. Let's see here. Sonic. It was eventually, unfortunately, canceled after two seasons. And the first season, if it would have been a third, it would
Oh
have
god.
likely
Yeah. Yeah, this seems right.
um, continue from there. And since the
Oh,
comics are based on that series, well, true. But Cody, since there were only two seasons of Sonic Saturn or ZM, how you never even pronounce, what do you think happened to Eggman or Robotnik since he left in that pod? It's possible that he died, but considering that the comics
I
are
don't want to talk about it.
based on the series afterwards, so he didn't die. But I mean, it's possible, and that and if you do remember, see the last episode, but also the figure that in the near the end were a black screen with two red eyes. I know who that was. That was
Oh,
Nace. If you remember that the
when I
wizard
open doors,
that
I
was
die.
trapped in a crystal world with the king, that is him. And somehow he somehow returned. Yeah, I hate
Yeah, that's
cliffhangers.
about right.
For I can give one example. But
Oh,
whoops, it
and it
crashed.
crashed.
Um, there is another show that also ended in a cliffhanger. Stargate Universe. That series were in the second season. It was scheduled to be five seasons, two more of it, but somehow it was canceled after 2 seasons, and it just stopped in the middle of this. How this happened? Like the whole crew were trapped on a spaceship billions,
Honestly,
billions
I just
years
wanted to
away
show
from
them.
Earth,
I just wanted to show
and
them that I had the comic,
um,
and that yeah,
so
it's just as bad as you remember it being. It's not that bad, honestly. Anyway,
so the whole crew was trapped on that ship. So and they were couldn't even return back home. So that just sucks. Um, Probably. Have you seen Sonic Underground by any chance,
there we go.
Cody? I have, and it was not even like the original. That is taking place in a whole different universe. The only thing is that of
I
that
know for a
series,
fact that here.
of the family, we know Queen Elena,
So
Sonic, Manic, Sonia, which are triplets, and Uncle Chuck or Charles Hedgehog, which is Alina's brother, apparently. But we don't know anything about the king.
yeah, that seems right.
And in that Sonic Underground, there are only a few other characters that we recognize, like Knuckles. He happens to be in that series. Shadow was not even in it. Um, Amy was not even in it. Who else? Well, definitely not Silver, since that series was made way before even Silver the Hedgehog was even a thing. I was surprised that they actually had turned Sonic, Manic, and Sonia as triplets and Roll of all things. But Sonic X was okay show. I never saw much of the later seasons of. It just really was really long. Sonic Boom, on the other hand, yeah, I had never seen Sonic Boom, and honestly, though, I'm not going to. They really ruined Knuckles in that one. I mean, if you look back at Sonic X and Sonic Underground, he was strong, smart, and all that. But in Sonic Boom, they made his character like dumb, like dumber than he usually is, and buff. Seriously, they ruined his character. I don't know why, but people, yeah, that happens. At least Knuckles in the newest Sonic 2 and 3 movies are at least looking way better. So yeah, at least that they made the same mistake when they made Sonic's first look. Oh man, yeah,
There it is.
you know, there is actually one character that you probably would have enjoyed to have in that show. Uh, what is his name again? Robert the O'Hedge or Rob the O'Hedge, which is Amy's male cousin, and he is a king of his own kingdom. He's even married to a echidna, and they have a daughter together, or a son. And his character is based on Robin Hood. The only thing I really hate about Amy in a mostly fan series on YouTube is
Okay,
that
I get it.
she is portrayed as a complete obsessed uh, love obsessed of Sonic. Literally obsessed. like running around after him. But uh, I can understand from Sonic, like, oh, please, Lord. um, Naso the Hedgehog. I think I heard about it. Isn't that the one that is
I think I've seen that
um?
one. Oh,
i- Isn't that the white colored looks like silver white one as chaos powers? Isn't that one? Yeah, I thought so. I've seen him. It's an interesting character. I think.
hmm.
Well, it's a Mario. That's a nice Mario. Is this the still Chaos Edition or the regular one?
This is regular. I just kind of wanted to show off that I had chaos
Ah,
addition to that person, just because I felt like it.
true.
And if that person's
Uh,
still here, not sure if they are. That's not the only
mm,
ROM hack I have. Well, these aren't the only ROM hacks. I've also got Beyond the Cursed Mirror, which is somewhere in
hmm.
there. There's also
Perhaps
Paper
you can
Mario
probably.
Dark Star Edition, which I love that game.
Well, who knows? Um, Cody,
I would
have you?
honestly, I would not mind doing Beyond the Cursed Mirror. I love that ROM hack. It's so good.
Perhaps next time though.
You know what? I might. I don't know. We'll see.
Cody, have you read any of the comics of Archie comics of Sonic One?
Actual ROM hack though, like an actual game, so it might get a little wild. It's quite possibly the greatest ROM hack I have. Possibly. I don't know.
Hmm. I bet on
Rockstar
that.
Edition is pretty good too, but
Random Online. Uh, I believe that actually there is one website it's called Free Comic Online or Read Free Comic
wow,
Online.
it's right in front of
I
me.
think at least.
That's
I've been to that one. It's interesting kind of site for reading comics. There is actually, there is one Sonic comic that's literally takes place 25 years later after they defeated Eggman and all. Only difference is that the kingdom of Acorn, after Maximilian, Sally's father, either stepped down or from the successor king, that so that Sally could be the next queen, is that there were actually one king after
the
him.
three stars right next to each other.
So that's first king that ruled the kingdom of Acorn along with Sally was in fact not even Sonic. The first one, might shock you, is actually Shadow. He was married to Sally at one point, but it eventually he was placed in this stasis pod for
Um,
a number of years. I was not surprised on that, and even in that one, Sonic Tails actually end up marrying uh, Mina Mongoose, the pop star. You know, there is one thing that's really disappointing that was really sad in Sonic Archie comics. It's about Knuckles. Knuckles, he finds uh, one long lost tribe of echidna, and he actually helped to rebuild a city that once built by the echidnas. But after one later point, he actually will be the sole living. That means that he is the only living echidnas on Mobius. There aren't any others, at least that was being announced. But um, I would say I would on back. I have actually never read much of those comics back in the days. Um, the Archie comics, Sonic the Hedgehog of that comics were uh published from 1992 to 2016. They actually made 290 comics
I kind of just want to
in
get
that
this story.
series. That's a lot of. Oh, you mean Sonic's Ultimate Universe counterpart? Yeah, I was really surprised at that. Scourge Hedgehog was after Sonic, and that his father Hughes wasn't even a robot in that universe, but he was still alive as normal, and that he was king. I believe that he was a king of Acorn or something. I was whoa, 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 whoa! Back up, really? Oh, that's a Mario. And that another thing is, wasn't the Scourge uh dating Fiona the Fox at one point? I believe he were dating her, and even at Tails actually in love with Fiona also at one point. And it's interesting how to see, know more about the. Yeah, it's Tails even in the series, Cody. It's Tails in your show. Um, who did he end up being with though? I know for a fact that in Sonic Boom he had a crush on someone named Zoe. Zoe the cat, I think it was something.
Hmm.
And in Sonic the Original series, that he was eventually had his crush on Fiona, but it didn't even go any further than that. I was really surprised that we in the Sonic Archie comics we learn more about the some of the past characters that was never even introduced, like
What?
more of a
Okay.
like like Amadeus and Rosemary Prower, which was its Tails' mother and father, um, and even Anthony, Anthony, which is would be Bunny's future husband, that his dad were in fact also alive, and he was a general in the Acorn Army, and also knowing more about Sonic's family, like his parents. What else have we learned about some characters in the series? Right, Rotor, the walrus, that he had a brother, a younger brother named Skipper, I believe, a mother and a father, and that his father died at some point in during the Great War, I think it was. But in that series, in the Archie comics, I don't think they actually even had uh what was their names? Vanilla and Cream was even part of this comics. Devin John said, Dude, I just saw Mario Man 74 stream this game." Huh. Well, it's apparently a popular game.
It's a good game.
Hmm, I think it worked
It's a
for it.
good ROM hack. Best ROM hack ever, obviously.
Yeah, if you don't remember, if you don't know, Game Guy said earlier that he's gonna do planning is to do making his own Mario game.
I never said that.
I know, it's just a joke.
I
Oh
know,
man, that's
but
fun.
you know, for some reason it's
I would not
fine.
even if I plan to making my own Mario game, I would even go like that. I'd be like, I suck at coding. I have never done that, so yeah, that's not happening. uh, Mega Man did make some crossover to the Archie comics, I believe, and a few other characters and different. They also
Where?
in the Sonic
Oh,
Archie comics, they actually they present Sonic character like this character Sonic uh in different uh
yeah, no, that's
different
what I was talking about. I was talking about the randomizer too. It's a good
uh
ROM. It's a good ROM hack, honestly.
but Cody, I believe that they actually presented Sonic as a different designs. There is actually one that's look like Sonic but isn't actually Sonic, more like a different uh parallel universe or something. And you know, if you remember how in the original Sonic Archie comics, how the world looked like, and you know how they're Mobians and all, and you can actually say this that the main reason or the one who actually caused
Oh, wait,
all
wait,
this to
that's
happen,
Starspawn.
the one who actually caused all that is Ivan Robotnik or Ivan Robotnik, which would be Robotnik's direct ancestor, like that lived thousands of years prior to all this in the series originally, like 12,000 years prior, which would have been in a early 21st century. So Ivan Robotnik, the one that's caused the whole world to be like it is. Wow, like the rise of the Mobians and all. He's
Hey, Bowser.
uh uh he's that I meant like the mod, not the game itself, but yeah, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about too. So,
Ah, I wonder if I wonder how uh, I wonder how there would be like if Bowser
really?
actually did get married to Peach. You know,
Well, they would have apparently opened a giant hole in the sky if that's what super's to be expected.
what's this?
Huh.
Ah, okay.
Toss him into
Okay. What?
toss him into the bomb and make him pay for his sins.
You know, I am actually a bit surprised that my dad actually managed to find Easter candy in the store, like months after Easter had actually been over. Kind of weird. Uh, it's yeah. Ooh. Wow, we all actually passed 2 hours.
Wait,
Huh. Yeah, apparently 2 hours and 4 minutes.
hmm.
I didn't even notice that now.
Time flies when you're having
Uh,
fun.
you can probably go
Sir,
to have had 2.5 hours,
sir,
something.
I need you to do me a favor and throw me into that star for no reason. Thank you. Just show that that is a thing that can happen.
Whoa! It's a kicker. Sigo, an entry drink. Love it. Your brother's at the gym as always.
Yep. Roy's off into the gym. You know, if we ever do Kurt's Mirror, I might have him do it.
Hmm.
I've shown you Cursed Mirror before. It's a great
Hmm.
ROM hack. That ROM hack, it game rules. Best ROM hack, honestly.
Let's go see. Cody, have you seen the story that I made? That I posted a couple of weeks ago. Stella Ava. That's a non-MLP story.
Three stars.
The question I'm asking is that story is
Six.
made of pictures that was made as AI art. Cody, what is your honest opinion of using AI art pictures in videos? What
I know
is
you
your
said
honest
Cody,
opinion?
but I'm just gonna say it for everyone else so they understand my viewpoint on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
My point
Um.
is, and I said this yesterday because Malachi brought it up. Um, my point was whether or not it's perchance or playground or Gemini AI, that's what Kovo uses, or any other AI making website, whether or
Yeah.
not whether or not you made it or not, it's your art. Whether or not it's
Exactly.
AI, whether or not it's made by you, if you found it, it's still art that you made technically.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And
why would it ever be? Okay, hold on a second. Why would it ever be copyrighted if it's your art? If you draw a picture, right, and it's similar to someone else's picture, that's just it's just a coincidence or whatever. And it's like, why would you say, "Hey, that guy copied me," when it's just a coincidence and stuff like that? You know what I mean? It's just
mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah. It's the reason why I ask is Cody, since that shortly after I put that story on YouTube. I also made another video that I posted at the same time to saying that this was a test story, or like this is the first picture story based on multiple AI art that I found online on a site called Perchance. And one of my longtime subscribers pointing out that it's basically it's it's well, basically what she said it was what she said again? Come on, StreamYard. You really slowing down my computer for a bit. She said something like in the words of um having that it a generation
Okay.
AI use is causing people's job in the creativity field, that many artists take a very serious stand against on using AI, and that the person also said that she said, if I would have to continue to make my stories as AI pictures and art, she would have been unsubscribed. But I also actually put another video yesterday. You probably noticed if you get the notification that I did post it, but I actually removed it just about maybe about half an hour after I posted it. The same person actually said it's she said something like it
Where
would
did
be
that go?
considered as a theft, and that Malachite was not the one who made the art in the first place, and it was
Oh,
an algorithm. And I did mention that on StreamYard, on Discord about it, and he was like, "Say what now?" And he said something else, but I'm not even going to say it's exact by word, more like. But overall, from what he generally said, he was mad. And how can that be considered as a theft? If that even if there, and even though he did reach out, he even told his uncle and his mom about it. And according to his uncle, I believe what he said is that AI art isn't considered as copyrighted. There were even at one point I was considered to do a Star Wars story made of AI art, but I never went that far since. Yeah, I didn't want to. That's an interesting Mario,
Oh,
like blue green. Except,
his face is gray.
yeah, and
This is the most
like,
interesting lineup of colors we've ever had before.
mm-hmm, for sure. Um, so but I also that he said that any of my stories that I had used for AI art, which had that type of reaction. But I also should mention that this particular OC in my profile, that not this one, but this one, the dragon, as you can see, is an AI art. It was made by Malachite, and I had never had any problems, no issues with that at all. And I don't see any wrong in AI art. It just it has been used in so many videos.
Really?
I've seen people be using AI art in different type of topics of videos, like from about cryptids and other things. I was actually curious to how to use some of my own stories of based on AI art, so I did. But it was only one time an event, and I was not even going to make that any further than that. I was only interested to see how they will be reacting from like my viewers. And I can understand from what my long time subscriber that
Brother.
it
Oh,
says how
what? Okay.
oh you missed that one.
I don't want to
um
talk about it.
yeah. So is that how basically what how things really turn out. Some people actually taking a strong hint on this. And even Fi Goddess said that she read on Reddit something like similar to that, that it's costing many people their jobs and all that. And it's yeah, it's a very sensitive topic when it comes to something like that. So I
Hmm. Star 5.
so I may never. I was planning for another story later on, actually, for a Halloween story of a ghost ship. And that is also an art that made of malachite. And I do believe that even Game Guy knows which one knows that is one story if you remember it. I did mention on Discord about it, but yeah. So my ghost ship story for Halloween, it's seems very unlikely that will be even happening because I was thought of doing using an AI art in that story, and I didn't want to cause any further issues, any uh, very deep discussions or argues based on that. I know there are people out there that really don't like AI art as much at all. So
What? You streaming?
so I decided not to using
No,
AI
that's
art
funny.
in any of my stores from that day on, which is understandable and a little bit disappointing since I like the AI art, well, to a certain extent, but they can be cool on many reasons, though. Especially the one video that I posted on, they were actually okay. You may get a kick on this. Um, he actually had made Pokemon with the site per chance. Like he made his own Pokemon designs that were like snow leopard, scorpions, or something like that type of Pokemon. They look really badass, but it's just what it had. I know for how many some people be really taking as a stand against not using AI. It's causing people's
Okay.
work and all that. But in the end, I don't know. But that's why I rather not be using any AI art from now on.
Hmm.
So,
I
how
guess
many
I
more
could.
scenes will we use?
That depends. When do you want to end the stream?
Probably around when I reach 2.5 hour mark. Yeah,
Alright.
2 hours and 16 minutes now. So, well, see you next time, Cody. Have fun with your boxing.
See, I have to go
So,
find the
how's the
medal.
weather? So, how's the weather over there?
Oh, not bad.
Sunny?
Yeah, got the window open. It's pretty nice out. Ow.
Yeah, it has pretty much the same here. Sunny enough, and yeah. So, I wonder where Malachite is. I know at least
I
where
have no
Cody
idea.
is. The clue is.
Pretty great that there were two people that actually know about ROM hacks, though. In the chat, I mean, other than besides me, I mean, it's nice to see people actually like these things. I really wish we could do this one ROM hack about this game that I really wish we could do. We can't because nothing. There's not like a cartridge for it, and I can't get it to work on my computer because my computer sucks. But well, maybe I could. Maybe I don't know. It might require me to do some pretty crazy stuff in order for it to work, but plus I need a controller. I just need a bunch of stuff. It just take forever. It's the fucking Vanish chat. I don't get why every time we do the randomizer, it's always the damn Vanish cap we end up getting.
That level you just love you so much. That's why.
I don't understand why. But I do understand it's amazing music that's playing at the moment. So I'm gonna turn it up for me. Not really for you, because you can't hear it, but at least we get the best music in the game to listen to while we wait for this ludicrously long level to end. Left. There's point number 3. $50 that I can't pay you right now because I don't know how that works. Says it's gonna spawn at the end. Plus, it wouldn't matter to do. You would have to like make it into your currency and whatever. So like whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, where is that? Oh, I think where it is. Thank you for at least not spawning it somewhere stupid. yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't go down there. So I guess I'll do one more seed after this one, and then we'll end it there. I just need 5 more seeds. Or the 5 more stars, sorry. So I guess I'll head over to wherever the vanish cap goes. 11. Yeah, I'm not going in there anytime soon. I do love this Mario though that we got.
By the way, did you see that sea pony update earlier?
Yeah, I saw him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, I am
Uh,
not the one who actually made that art in the first place. I mean, at least the base form. I found it somewhere else and decided to make two. I could use that some for art myself one day or potential stories like that.
like to mention, I'm stuck between 4 levels that I can't really get stars in,
Huh?
except for
That's
Hazeme's
weird.
Cave.
Oh, that's
It's
weird.
like the only level that I can actually get stars in because there's like a bajillion down here. I guess I can get star 5 in Big Boo's Haunt.
But oh, excuse
Oh, right. I never got this star either, huh? Because Mario threw himself off the edge. Yeah, I'm not really sure where Malachite is. Also, kind of. This is. There we go.
yeah, who knows? It's only been at Kova's actually more. He said that he's gonna be with his girlfriend today, so
At least we know
I
what
may
Clover will.
wonder. Yeah, Kova is gonna be with his girlfriend today, so I may wonder it's gonna be some
Mario,
smacking
Mario,
to him.
Mario. Now, are you ready to have your mind blown? Because I didn't do what I wanted to do, but that's fine because I wanted to kill Mario anyway. I was gonna try the backwards on jump. It would have been a cool way to die. I know. Where's that big boo? This is gonna depend on what I get. Sir, if you don't throw your star like a billion miles away like you normally do, I'll get your star if it's on top of the roof. Here's a fun fact. That's where that's supposed to go. It's supposed to go on the roof. It's not supposed to go there, but it's at least close to where it would normally spawn. Where are you gonna spawn? Son of a bitch. I like to mention they both ended up on the roof. I thought maybe Star 6 would have ended up somewhere else, but nope. They both decided, hey, The roof is a comfortable place to go. Let's go up there. I could at least give it the star 5, but star 6 doesn't normally spawn up here. I got 6. Or I got 5 because it's closer. Right, this takes me to the wing cap, right? Brother, thank you. Right.
Super glitch tubes. Hello.
Greetings.
Yeah, Super Mario Randomizer is insane. Oh man, this is
Well, I
fun.
didn't say anything about that. But... Oh, and I spawned up here. All right. Hey, at least leave the lava land and it's not the same area again. Push him into that lava. I don't have the health to get that.
Then you had to get some. Sup? Yep. Hello. You're always welcome to watching this stream. It's always hilarious how this.
Dude, you can make that. That's possible. Yeah. Damn right, I got it that way. That's just how it goes.
Yep. You did miss out some little bit Chaos Edition earlier. It was fun.
You won!
Oh man, that's just
hooray!
You won. Yeah. It's not the first time we played this game in my streams. It has been like.
That's strange. Now let's go to the next seed.
Why don't you try a new seed? Oh, that's cool. Anyone's always subscribed to me is always like welcome. I don't force anyone to be subscribed to me though. Even if they're just watching the stream, they don't really have to be subscribed. They just have to do whatever they want to do.
55. I thought that was another 8.
This no 33855. Don't say that. Oh,
yeah,
this is gonna be a
thing.
This is gonna be a kicker to see how Mario will look like.
I'm seeing that this is already on the list. I don't think it is, but I'll check it anyway.
This is the best part of the game. Like you can actually make him look like any different colors. Like one time we had it look like cotton candy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bless you.
Yes. Apologies.
So yeah, this game has as always, but it is also that the fact the game had the setting that Mario will remain as he's normally will look like. But this, it's very interesting to see how they will turn out. Let's say
what will the Mario look like today? Find out immediately. Yeah, that seems about right. That's about right. Yeah.
Purple Orange Mario.
He looks fabulous.
Oh man!
It's our pink. It's just how it goes.
I'll tell you. And like looks like light purple hair, light purple gloves.
Well,
shoes.
on the stream, that's what it looks like. I can see him more clearly because he's down next to the TV. It's more like a light pink.
I mean, like I told you though,
Huh. I don't
super
remember a
glitch
pop
tubes.
being there.
This is always the best part in this game. You can make you have never you can never even imagine how Mario will look like after you put the number of
No.
seeds. I mean, what if it actually turned out to be I don't know, blue white or even red white, almost like, oh, what if it actually end up being like the American flag with those colors like red, white, and blue? That would be cool.
Well, Mario was ever gonna end up being Uncle Sam.
Yeah, or he ended up completely white, like a snowman.
We haven't. I don't think we've had an all color Mario yet.
Uh, no, I don't think so. We had only had like multiple colors like this, but like two or three colors, but not the one single. We had done this type of streams with this game multiple times, but not as much as this. But this is the best part of the game is that I love to see every single where Mario turn out. Even though you can't make him look like the original, but this is the best part of the game. You
And then
never
that's the
know.
second best. And then that's the second best part of the game. Watching as I die a million times.
True. Oh man, it's just a fun game. Well, we have passed 2 hour, 2.5 hours, but we can play a few more minutes on it if you want to.
Yeah, sure, I'm up for that. I still gotta get 9 stars anyway, so.
Yeah. After the
Uh,
stream is over, since no one else is even like Malakat or anything, so uh,
but we
after
did
that,
meet some new pals that were very okay with coming back. Like you're
hmm.
always welcome back. People that joined.
um, but game guy, can you see any potential of that Daisy can have her own game? I mean, after all, Mario has his own games. Luigi has his own game, and the days even Peach was the main character in at least one game. Do you think that Daisy could have
It's two
potential to
games now,
be?
but
Yeah, but
it's definitely possible. They put well. Here's my thing. They put Daisy in Mario Bros. Wonder, the newest mainline Mario game as of now, um, like a playable character. If they put her in that, they're definitely gonna make a game where she's the main character, or she's helping Peach out, or something like that. That's my thoughts.
yeah, I think that's actually it actually at least worked to try. I mean, if Luigi had a few of his Haunting Mansion games, uh, and Peach had her own, so why not even that? Say that Daisy will have at least one chance, at least well, in one game or something. It's like it's more like Sonic games. Sonic has been the main character in his games for years. Eventually, Shadow had his own game. Even though that we have Silver, but the only thing is that Silver hasn't been given his own game yet. The fact that even that character has been around for a number of years now. But Tails, Sonic's companion or his best friend, or his best friend, quote unquote, part or brother type, like little brother, he hasn't even given his game yet. But I've wished that they could at least given even Tails a form of a game or something. Like maybe a game where some that Tails are building stuff. I mean, it would have been something because there is one there is an old game over in Sweden. It's about a guy. In the first game, he's building cars. Another one, he's building planes. Another one, he builds boats. And another one, he builds a spaceship. So I would have been surprised at that if Nintendo decided making a former game for Tails, where he building stuff for Sonic or his friends, like maybe that he has a or something. I it would have been interesting if that Tails had his own game and that and uh, and eventually I would have been happy if that Silver could have his own game at least. I mean, Shadow have his own, so why not for Silver? But it also depending on how how popular he is. I mean, Shadow is with his anti-hero persona, his edge lord, his love for guns, and his motorcycle. It's just how most people take it for that, and well, something like that. It's just how many people really perceiving some of those well characters are. I would have been happy if they could have made some game for at least Silver, maybe Tails or something. But if for Mario games, I wouldn't have been surprised if they actually would have given even Daisy one. And the potential is, I can see the potential of Daisy have her own game. If I mean, if Peach had hers and Luigi, so why not for Daisy to have her own game? I think even Roy would agree with me on that one, though.
Yeah, probably.
But if Daisy would have her own game, well, is it like another, like a main question is what topic it would be? I mean, is it true that Peach often offers a giant cake to Mario for saving her?
It depends on the game.
Do you even think that she is even baking for him?
Well, I'm trying to think of all the games where she's actually made a cake for him. Let's see. This game had a cake at the end. Um, did Sunshine? Galaxy 2 did. Uh, hmm. I'm really thinking about this actually. Did Mario World? I'd like to I'd like to say it did question mark.
Hmm. Yeah. So if Peach would have her own game or a second game, I think maybe like a game that was she teaching cooking or baking.
She made one in the original Paper Mario, but it wasn't for Mario. She still made it though, so I still say it counts.
Hmm.
Did she need Color Splash? Bowser's Inside Story. She made one for Bowser. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Those are all the ones I can think of right now.
But do you think if Peach would have another game, would it be, say, a baking game or a cooking game, like a baking competition, something like that, different levels?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Look at Star 5. Alright, after this seed, so only need two more stars. After this seed, we'll do one more and then we'll end the stream there. I'd say.
Sounds good, yeah, sounds about right to me.
Sir, give me the star and don't throw it like a million miles away from me. It's on the top of the mountain. That's fine. Honestly, as long as it didn't end up where star 6 would normally be, I'm fine with it. Yes, yes, I know. You lost your baby. You're really good at that for some reason. You know what? What does this say? Nothing much. It's just controls about the game, which you don't need to know because you're not playing, and I don't need to know because I already know the game like the back of my hand. The signs are how they got the messages to get randomized, which I think is actually pretty brilliant. Of course, they only really show up in levels that have signs. They can't just be thrown into whatever levels they feel like. Yeah, that's going on the list. It's a bit pink, but there's nothing wrong with pink. As your local guy, I can confirm pink is pretty cool. All right, one last seed, and I will use one from the list of seeds we didn't do yesterday. Now, where did we leave off? Because they got a little distracted. 4999. Okay, so next is 52250. That'll be the last seed then. All right, last seed. And because I think it would be fun, what colors do you think Mario will be this time?
Um, I have to say something about green or pink, perhaps, or at least no. I think something about either green or yellow.
I'm gonna say red or black. I don't know, I'm just feeling that. All right,
Hmm.
our final Mario. Let's do it.
Moment of truth.
Oh,
Ah, nailed it.
we got green, and I jumped the wrong way.
Yeah, and he's like yellowish hair, red in face.
I was kind of right. I
Like,
was kind of right about the red part. His face is kind of red.
yeah, Mario, you have been sunbathing too much. That's why. Oh man, this
It's
is a
actually
great.
a really bad sunburn.
Hey,
Someone get me to a hospital.
um, you have your favorite person in the comments, Packers fan.
Oh, this isn't the last seed, am I right? Mario?
Hey, Packers fan, how you been
Sure.
doing? It's been a long time. We wonder where you have been, like hiding a hole somewhere.
Also, this is not the normal Mario 64.
Nope. It did play a Chaos Edition earlier. It was insane.
Why would
Just
I put
normal
myself
is.
through a normal game? Am I right?
Talk about false advertising from Game Guy.
Oh, by the way, Packers, I'm a mod now, so I can just delete that message, which I think I'm going to. Just give me one moment. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey!
Huh, still there.
I know, I just got rid of that one message.
Well, who knows? So, how you been doing, the Packers? I believe you're finished high school and all that, so probably college by now. Yeah, I'm
Also,
doing good.
I wasn't the one. Although I wasn't the one that said that I was Swedish. But blame me anyway.
Yeah, this is the last seed of Mario in this game, so if that's done, its stream will be over. Working, hang out, hanging with my girl. Your
Wonder how
girl?
much you paid to have it.
Since when you did get a girl? Since when did you get your special lady?
How
If you
the
have
fuck
her
did
for a
he get a
while, I don't even
girlfriend before
remember.
I did?
Whoa, 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 Packers. I mean, if you did mention that you had a girlfriend before, I mean, considering it for one
He
thing,
definitely did not. Well, he couldn't mention if
considering,
he was never here.
I mean, considering it for one thing here though, if you mention about her, it's possible we have just
Like,
forgot about it since, after all,
really?
how long have you actually been in the last stream? So yeah, so 5 months. So
5 months. Jeez.
well, I beat you for that time. I've been with my girlfriend for,
5 years?
let's see, 6 years and
Oh, never mind.
let's
That was close, actually, when you're off.
see, for about 6 years and almost 5 months.
I'm not
Well,
saying.
I hope that none of you are, you know, wildcats if you're in the
I wouldn't
mood.
know. I haven't gotten a girlfriend yet. A good
Since,
girlfriend.
maybe, or a boyfriend.
I am not gay.
As Peter Griffin said in the Family Guy, everyone is gay, which I refer to as a reference to like everyone's happy. But I don't even know why you said that though. Uh, well,
That's
Packers, at
true.
least they're happy to find someone. Man, I'm tired.
Yeah, that's typically
Tired.
how girlfriends go. Well, I assume that is anyway. It's a weird zoom, by the way. I don't know what that was all about.
Hmm. Yeah, and he's not even there anymore. He left. He did actually reach out to me in the comments about I think 1 or 2 days ago. He has a second channel,
Of course he does.
which he started only about a few days ago. Oh, man, I'm tired. First I thought that his hair was yellow, but it's more like orange.
It's kind of like a blondish hair sort of deal.
Hmm. uh,
It's the same
how
color
many?
as his shoes. I just realized.
Hmm. Yeah, now what you mentioned, yeah, it is true. So, How many more starters is this going to be taking?
Only 6.
How many are you taking now?
I have 4 right now. I'm going for 10. So I
Hey.
need 6 more. And I need to find a good door that'll actually open. Fine, I'll go to the Vanish Cap. Alright, this better take me somewhere that'll act. Well, I mean, I guess I could go back to Wing Mario over the Rainbow, but see where TikTok clock goes.
I wonder how it's going to be for this game.
That's star 5.
Spaghetti-O. Packers.
What?
Hey, what's going on?
No much. Stealth.
A long time.
Yeah, it happened in like what, 5 years?
Oh, it ain't been that.
Just kidding.
Very
It happened in a while.
good. Yahoo!
So,
You're doing it all wrong. It's going to Yahoo!
second channel.
Oh, how's my second channel?
Yeah, I've seen it. So any particular reason?
Well, I couldn't log into my actual channel on my iPad, so I had to create an entirely new channel.
That's weird,
I
but it
know,
happens.
but it works.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't uncommon for people to making more accounts. They, I mean, there were even that someone actually is asking if I would do a second count for just stories that really would be crossovers, but no. Uh, I mean, there is one YouTuber that I know of who has 2 or 3 channels. He's a brony. What his name is Josh Scorcher, also known as the Firebrand or Equestria something. I don't remember, but he has a few channels and some are focused on he played games like PewDiePie, Markiplier, something like that. So yeah,
That's cool.
um, yeah, it is a lot of business. There's a lot of work on that. It is.
And as you can see by my picture, I'm a Halo fan, as you can see.
Spartan.
Just kill me.
He's about
Have
to
you seen? Have you seen
Sick.
the live? Have you seen the live action Spartans or Halo?
yeah, I have, and it's awesome.
Yeah, don't guess and don't expect it for a first season because the series has been canceled.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Nope.
Oh, that's a bunch of bull.
There has been talk about buying the rights for that show and making it a movie.
I mean, we Halo movie. I haven't received a Halo movie in 20 years.
Well, the only bit difference is that this Halo game, or at least the series, is is isn't part of uh the main game's timeline. This
Right.
is a whole different.
Oh, I see. Let's
Uh,
go.
I've seen the first season, but not the second.
Second was
It just I haven't really got that far yet, so I believe this.
I could throw it like a million miles.
Let's see, and that the Halo series. Uh, it's the timeline is called Silver Timeline, based on the team is called Silver.
oh, I see.
It says here on Wikipedia. Um the first season met with mostly positive reviews from critics, with the prize given to the action scenes, cast, and visual effects, but criticism of the from the directed writing alterations from a source material. The second season were met with more positive response from critics, who declared it was an improvement from the previous season, but eventually it was canceled after 2 seasons.
That,
It's well, I mean, it's something that most series these days are. Well, that depend, depending on the fans, how most fans are taking it. I mean, what's next? A TV show based on the World of Warcraft? Come on, they already made a live action movie already. There were even some talks of doing it. That's even that is uh, a sequel of. I had not even seen that movie
Well,
and not even going to.
guess I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, we can go for a little bit longer if you want to, perhaps 3 hours, which is only a few minutes left.
I got.
So you have been working. So what work have you been doing?
Uh, oh,
Huh?
oh, wait, did you not hear that?
You were
Yeah,
glitching
you said.
out.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, you said that you have been working. What kind of work are you doing?
I'm currently working at a car wash right now.
Huh? It's like
Not familiar.
it's like an outdoors or indoors car wash.
Oh, it's out. It's outdoors.
Huh? Well, don't go like expecting for any much work on the winter, since most people don't wash their cars in the winter.
Well, the thing is, that, but we receive over 400 cars a day.
400?
Yes, sir.
Holy Jesus! I mean, better than that than four.
Well, I mean, the record for our site is 798.
I can go 1 star mode.
Okay, how about this? If you had to clean 400 cars, what if you used that they from a normal sponge to a toothbrush, and
Well,
you had to be cleaning at one car less than say, um, how long would it normally take for you to wash a car normally?
well, we put them on a conveyor and they goes through automatically.
Ah, but if you would have to do it for hand, say that will take you
Oh,
maybe.
well. Oh, I have no idea. That's a really good question.
Oh, that's a different Mario now. Let's say if you did with a sponge like for hand, say if it like furly just outside, um, let's say maybe half an hour, and you have to use a toothbrush, and there's 400 cars in a day. Oh, and you had to be done that within 30 minutes. Otherwise, that will cut you from your pay.
Yeah.
You imagine. It's like imagine that type of or cleaning the engine with a toothbrush. The toothbrush.
At first, at
And-
first, it sounded like you were saying poop brush.
yeah, toothbrush.
No, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, that would have been a lot slower.
Well,
I mean, we're better just.
the good news is I had the day off, so I'm off today.
Mm, how much do you earn though?
13.75 an hour.
What?
13.75.
I think he was
Three
going to say
thousand five hundred.
1375.
What?
You're glitching out like crazy. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
It's 13.75 an hour.
So $13.
Yep.
Isn't that really pretty low for that?
Honestly, it's not that bad.
It's really
I
not
don't know.
that bad.
I mean, I get paid like 47 or 45 per day, per whole day.
Yeah, but
I
you
only
also
work for
don't
like,
have a bad president in the middle of everything, so there you go.
well, you don't even have a president. Good things for that. Hey, politics sucks ass. So,
You
Mr.
said
Packard,
it.
who would you vote for as a president?
Probably Trump.
If I had to
That's the one
say,
thing we can agree on.
if it was me and if Biden was still for going for election, I'd be like, ah, voting election. Where's it? Oh, there it is. Just shredded it. Or no, I use it for barbecue. Oh, nice fire. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, considering if Biden would had continued, he would have been like 84 or 85 years old when he was finished his second term.
Yeah.
And even though Trump is, I mean, I can say this: even Trump has, or Biden has like what 20 or 30 years more experience in the politics. I mean, after he was a senator in his home state for a number of years. So, and Trump, well, he was more like in for business rather from actual politics. And despite how many things that even
I
Trump,
can get that right.
and not only for the fact that what Trump did over the past few years now, that's as a president, even afterwards, and even long before, um, he had been accused of sexual assault, sexual harassment since the 90s, and even alleged of uh, raping a minor.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all on Wikipedia for, and your profile is gone. But I mean, it's only how many people have been, told. So it's a little bit different how to say it. And as a reason, um, that Trump were uh, right. He said that he had more money than he were declaring, and that he was somehow gonna fine for that, and that made him that he can't do any business in New York for 5 years, and that he did also were in a trial for 34 accounts of different like bribery or something like that, and he was found guilty on every single count. And despite that, despite what he did, he's still allowed to continue his campaign, which is crazy. but apparently it's not even worse enough to even to prevent them to continue. Okay, if Trump would have dropped out the election, just the thing, they had to find a new candidate, Brad, in his replacement. Since
All right, let's see.
uh, since since Biden was originally when he dropped out, they had to take Kamala Harris as the replacement for him. So if Trump was suddenly drop out just before the actual election, that's a Mario. Yeah.
Well,
So
the good news is, Swedish, I would vote for you as president.
well, I mean,
The
even if I
bad news is you
wouldn't,
wouldn't for me.
What?
I said the bad news
he
is
said,
you wouldn't for me.
I mean, I'm not being mean, game guy. I just choose Swedish.
well, sadly to tell you this, but even if I would have moved to the U.S. and would try to campaign for being president, I wouldn't even be allowed.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, because apparently there's some bullshit law that's like, oh, you have to be from America in order to do it for some reason,
yeah,
even though that
and
really shouldn't
another
be a
thing is,
rule at all, but it is.
even
So
if I okay, even if I was born in America, and, at the moment I wouldn't still even be able to be campaign for that. First, you had to be born in the U.S., and second, you had to be 35 or older, apparently,
Right, that's
not
true.
younger. So, so even though I had to wait 2 years, for if I was, I mean, okay, there is one famous actor that many wish that he could have been a president, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, that is true. He could have been.
Yeah, but even if I wouldn't be able to be a president, I'm still had the ability to be other political office like mayor or even governor or senator. I mean, since Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was unable to be a president, but he was able to be governor.
I
So,
I remember. I remember that.
so anyone that has born not born in his states, it's like say Biden's Trump's current wife. If she would have been trying for a run for election, she wouldn't even able to either because she isn't even born in the U.S. She was born in Slovakia, in
Right.
Europe,
Right. That's
so
right.
she wouldn't be able to that. And even if you think about it, even though the most first presidents, like even like George Washington, he wasn't even. I think he was not. Well, he was born in the U.S., but if he was born in England and wanted to be a president, it probably worked because since he would be the first and some of the rules hadn't even been set yet at that moment.
That is
And
true.
of all the presidents throughout history, there's only one that's what he never sat for even 2 terms or even one full term. He he actually sort of
Who?
left the office after 6 months.
Only
Benjamin
6
Harrison.
months? Oh man.
Well, I mean, he died
Oh
after six
wow.
months. Yeah. The reason when he died, when he was, you know, the new president had to be on the stage swearing the oath, from the Bible, all that, in front of the crowd. This Benjamin Harrison did that in a rain, and he got pneumonia, very bad case of pneumonia. So 6 months later, he died. So he's the shortest time on president in U.S. history. And it has only been one time that's only one president that sat for 3 terms, not two. And that's Truman. Harry Truman sat for 3 terms. But after his final, they changed the constitution so that only that you can sit for 2 terms. even as let's say if Obama, when he first elected in 2008, he existed for power for 4 years, and he were if to go say 10 or 20 years until the next time he started want to go, it would not be any problem. If it's like just 10 years, 20 years, or even 100 years, he was still being elected as a president afterwards, as long as it didn't fit next to each other. So it's politics are can be can be a pain in the butt.
I agree. They can be.
Ah, I
So
mean,
have you?
like
Sorry, go ahead.
like Trump, he did a lot of bad stuff, like the wall, for example. We built it, Mexico pay for it. Or the time when he put seven Islamic countries on a list that they were preventing any other citizens for even to enter the U.S.
Well, that's all. Let's
Which
see. It's
that's just one of the pretty bad ones. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, or especially Trump was so freaking close to it started a could have potentially third World War slash nuclear war between US and North Korea.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because since when Obama was on as a president, he had removed the countries from the list that support terrorism. But Trump, he were made the worst mistake. He had put him back on the list. And when the North Korea found out, they responded by developing long-range missiles. Not only that they couldn't reach Hawaii, Guam, or even just New York or even San Francisco, but those missiles could not reach anywhere in the US, including in Midwest central part, anywhere. But luckily for his help from with some help from Sweden. After all, Sweden is the only country in the world that has some form of an embassy in North Korea. There is no other countries that have that. So, help to my country's help, which has some special relations with North Korea, thanks for that, um, helped out and prevented from any further escalation in that could have lead to a full-scale nuclear war in a worst-case scenario. So, and every single president ever since World War II had always visit a cemetery in Paris to pay respect for those soldiers that had fallen in the war. Trump, during his time, he refused because they turned one of his own one of his own staff from the White House said, "quote." Well, I didn't say remember exact precise word, but it's something like um, he called those fallen soldiers for losers,
Hmm.
especially Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force
Co-
soldiers who fought
Coast,
in the war.
the Coast Guard too.
What?
You forgot a branch, Coast Guard.
Well, they weren't actually. Coast Guard was not technically not involved in like the global scale of the
Oh,
war.
okay. My bad. My bad.
So, but basically, it was like the Marine. Oh, I also can this remove one of those. The Air Force was, which technically wasn't even a thing during the war. It was
Oh.
after the war. It was formed 1947. So,
Oh,
but they have
wow.
an air, yeah, but they had the Air Corps, the American Army Air Corps during the war. But he had said that those soldiers who fought in the war and died called them for losers. But he declared that was fake news. And there were even one time when he wrote a book but he claims that he had Swedish ancestry, which Tom somehow from his own father told him about. Turned out it was false. he was not of Swedish ancestry. He was actually of German ancestry. And his last name in German means either drum or trumpet. So Donald Trump is like, oh man. And I remember, I remember there was actually one American rapper, Rocky ASAP, I believe his name was performing in Sweden some years ago during time of President Trump was a president. I believe it was 2016 or 2017. Um, but what happened at this rapper? He assaulted a man, and he was arrested. Trump personally said that he would pay for this man's uh, jail bill. Problem is, it would even worked because we don't even have that system. So even if he would have paid them 10 million or even a 1 billion, we wouldn't have worked. And the US is the only one of few countries that actually do, in fact, you can pay for it. Oh, you know, you mean uh, the normal bailing for paying someone who's in jail can be from like 50,000 to maybe as 100,000 or maybe a million.
Right.
But do you know what that was the highest ever to be paid for?
I do
Or
not
is
know.
that
I do not know. What is it?
3 billion?
Holy crap! Are you kidding me?
What the
Nope.
hell did that guy do?
That's insane.
Uh, let's go see.
S-
Let's go see.
Swedish.
Three
That's
billion.
insane.
Yeah, I agree.
Three bi- $3 billion just for that.
But it was not your typical average criminal. But the person is actually is dead. So unfortunately.
So
Let's go see.
hey, game guy.
Uh,
Mm,
have you have you seen the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 yet?
nope.
I still gotta get around to that. I'm procrastinating like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
I
The man
saw it.
who led this, the highest for he was real estate heir was convicted murderer. He uh uh first degree murder, illegal possessing of firearm, criminal
Oh,
mischief, tampering with evidence, and bail jumping. Second degree murder.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but the thing is, there is another criminal in U.S. history that was, well, uh,
That is definitely got to be a life sentence.
yeah, but there is one other criminal that's is in jail. Um, he is he received a quite of oh, Malcolm is here. But he received a quite of a sentence. Give me a second, it's loading. Here we go. Um, he was actually for took part of this 2012 Aurora theater shooting. He received 12 counts of first degree murder, 140 counts of attempted first degree murder, and total of with 12 consecutive life sentence without possibility of parole, with an additional 3,318 years in jail.
Damn.
Yeah, and this guy is pretty much alive, and he is about close to my age, just a few years older, and that's
Um,
insane.
I mean, lots of I've seen lots of criminals get life sentences through the TV shows Most Shocking and Most Daring. Um, one
True.
I one person I believe one on one episode got more than 60 years. like a life max sentence.
Hmm. Well, there is
He
one said. Go ahead.
it, as I remember the clip right, I forgot what city and state it was in, but an officer named Stephen Rankin pulled over a driver for blasting his stereo, and what he was unaware of was that the driver Ben Westbrook had a gun in his lap, and just as he got to the window, he didn't even get a chance to say anything before Westbrook pointed the gun right in Rankin's face. He fired, pulling the trigger, and the bullet entered and I think fractured the officer's windpipe on his left.
Hmm.
Whoa.
He
Yeah,
stepped out
and
to
there is.
finish the job, but his gun locked up, thank God. But he knew there was
Hmm.
another one nearby, and when he was going for the officer's gun, he struggled and he held on to that gun, and ran to his car. Westbrook got it back in his car. He drove off just as Rankin pulled out his gun and fired right at his car. He drove away and he was collapsing, like he was talking in a scuffle, and Westbrook was caught using his cell phone, and they were able to track him down.
Hmm. But it's like another man that I also read. Um, he killed six people of 22 in a small town called McCartney in Alaska. Um, One of the people who lived there or
You know
lived
what?
there,
I was just gonna
he
do this though.
he said that during this reality show called Edge of Alaska, he talked to the people, the crew people that was there recording all the series. He mentioned this day. He literally had talked to this killer, and he was the town's only pilot. And what happened um, is that he killed the 6 or 22 people, and he was arrested. This was in 1883, and he was 39 years old,
Mm.
and he is by now 83.
Oh,
Oh, I can
let
go,
me.
No.
but he might be back. So this guy, he was sentenced to lifetime in jail. 84. He was sentenced to 634 years.
Oh my god.
Are
So
you
he will be like
serious? That is way
no.
too many years.
You
He
know,
will be like six.
he could
Yeah,
have
he
just
will like
said
his.
he could have just said death.
Hmm. Yeah, but still, there were somewhere I read or at least heard. I think it was from my dad told me it was in. This wasn't back in early 2000s, I believe. It was an attack in, I think it was in subway station, either Portugal or Spain. That was none of those countries. And I don't remember exactly if it was either. Okay, I don't know if this is true or not, but there was something like 4,000 or 40,000 years in jail.
Oh my god.
But either it is either that I don't know so. But if you were like do something, end up in lifetime in jail for in Sweden, lifetime it's not as you think. I don't. Let's see here. I don't even know exactly how long it is.
Um, Packers fan, have you heard of a show called Destroyed in Seconds?
I think I have. Why?
There's there's been a lot of stuff that's happened on that show, and to be quite honest, I'm actually amazed. Lots of people can survive this and pull through despite getting injured. I think
Hmm.
one such clip. I'm trying to remember what this. I'm trying to remember this clip. Um. uh,
I can say
what was it?
the lifetime sentence in Sweden is between 18 and 25 years. There have been a few that have been sitting more than that, like 30 years.
Hmm.
Like in US, you can either sit there in jail for uh never for lifetime between 25 to life or 25 years or something like that for with the possibility of parole. Depending on what you're actually done. But yeah, Sweden actually used to have death penalty. The Though the last one was in like 1910, so that's more than 100 years ago. The last person actually was executed. In Sweden, we have different punishments like hanging, uh, chop off your head with an axe in public, or there was one crime or one punishment was so bad. This was in medievals. Like they put the person with the arms and legs between, looks like a giant wheel, and they were spinning it back and forward to crack the bones in your arms and legs,
Hmm.
which is a very crucial. But there is one in ancient Greek. They put the person inside some sort of metallic. Uh, it looks like a cow or a bull, and they put a fire underneath to somehow cooking the person alive inside it. No joke, they did. Ancient times had this very dangerous and cruel punishments. Some of them are not even being used for centuries or even thousands of years. I mean, one of the more common punishment in medievals is to happen on those stretch bench. Have your arms and legs tied up and stretch, and or Iron Maiden. You know, it looks like a giant suit with spikes in it, and closing it, you're dead. Yeah, so I would say if I had been at some punishment, I'd rather sit in jail or worst case, okay, like in uh,
Hmm.
like in Harry Potter, Azkaban, put in somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You know, people when in the Soviet, when they had those gulags or prison camps, they didn't even have any fences around their camps at all. The prisoners could literally be walking, leaving the camp at any time, even in winter. But the thing is, they weren't even wearing shoes in the winter, so they were being walking barefoot. And Superior winter is nothing to play around with because in the winter it can be really cold, and those camps were usually built middle of nowhere, like far from any form of civilization, like no farms or anything nearby. And another thing is that they should also consider wolves, wolverines, and other dangerous animals could easily be taking you. So they were not willing to risk going barefoot in snow. I mean, you were getting frostbite, and frostbite in your toes, like like oh hi big toe and bye big toe, like they're being frozen off, like can fall off of you. That bad. Yeah. So people don't do any crimes at all. It's important. Ah man. So how did you meet your girl or special lady?
Well, I actually met her at the place I work.
Huh.
She did a
So
she did a job interview, and then when she walked out, I saw her and I was like, "Good God, she
so
looks stunning."
how would you describe her as? I mean, we know that you probably would even show her, but how would you describe her?
I can do a list of how I can describe her.
I mean, it's just more general, like if she's tall, blonde, brunette, black hair.
Uh, well, she's a little shorter than me, and
Uh,
she has brownish red dyed hair,
hmm, interesting.
and and she has the same color eyes as I do. We both have blue eyes. But to make a long story short, she's just beautiful as hell, to be honest.
And she's shorter than you, and you're like what, 3 feet tall?
Hey, shut up.
Jeez, get it right. Get it right, Swedish. He's 3.1.
Nah, he's just only 1 feet tall. Wait, is that
Hey,
you? Is that you? I ain't seen a dwarf taller than you, or little person.
I'm 5'10".
You 5'10"?
That's
I'm
about my size.
Yeah, I'm 5'10".
I'm
I'm
6 feet.
6'5".
I'm 6.
But she stands around probably 5'8", I think.
That's my
Mm,
dad's size.
to be fair, you are a little bit slight taller than my girlfriend. She's only 5'5".
Oh wow.
Yeah. In my family, most of the males are around 6 feet. At least my
Calling
mom is
me
just.
calling
I
me
mean, my
3 feet.
who. Okay, of all of my friends, the one who's tallest is Kubo. He's 6'9".
Oh my god.
Well, to be fair, compared
What
to
an
him to
ironic number.
the tallest person in the world history, at least the recorded history, he was 8 feet and 11 inches.
That's right. It was Robert Wadlow.
Yep, and he died when he was only 22 years old.
Well, he died because he just had a lot of blood, and the taller you are, the more blood you have. So
Yeah, just imagine creatures like Godzilla. Do you think that's even possible? Any creatures can be that big,
I mean, I guess it does
realistically?
make sense. It's just
I
I mean,
mean,
not too
Godzilla's
bad.
416 feet tall. So yeah.
Um, Personally, I say no. Scientifically, not possible. Considering
Yeah, I wouldn't
one
consider
thing,
it.
um, the reason why there can't be any creatures even like say 1,000 feet tall or even as 600 feet tall is the main reason: the heart. I mean, if despite this creature's heart for us, normal human heart is big as your fist. But imagine a creature that's 6 to even 800 feet tall.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah. So imagine this heart had to be big as a core or maybe something. But the thing is, if there's a creature is between 6 or 800 feet tall, it had to be the body would be massive and the body will be tall. Just imagine that how much blood to be pumping around in the body. And it's like it's like the giraffe. Just imagine having a tall neck. The body would even have a very difficult to even to circulate it around in that body. So if a creature says to be as a I don't know 10 miles big, like from bottom and the top, like from feet to head, that would be possible. Seriously, it wouldn't even be possible for anything. But a creature, say a snake, a snake can be as 50 feet long. I mean, since the world record is about 42 feet long, it's which is
Titana Titanoboa was around.
yeah, it
Was
is.
about 50. Was about 50 feet.
So yeah, so that's possible for a creature that since it's stretched out. But a tall one cannot even. I mean, what if there's something was standing upright, 50 feet? I don't believe it's possible. I mean, imagine a human that's 50 feet tall. I don't think it's even that possible. I mean, can you even imagine like next morning you uh, seeing people that's taller than you suddenly that your say your girlfriend is now 5'8" or something like that, and suddenly one day she is like 10 or 15 feet, and you're probably like only 8 feet tall. Just imagine how that would difference.
I
So
cannot. I can already
Damn.
imagine it.
so scientifically, it's not possible for any creatures on the planet to even be bigger as in height because the blood circulation would be a problem for that unless the creature has more than one heart. In fact, it's said that even the Stegosaurus has two brains, one in the head, one in the butt. I don't know if that's even possible.
I didn't know that.
Mm.
I mean, imagine. I mean,
That's
just imagine like even the blue whale. The blue whale is the biggest mammal in the ocean.
what's the
Elephants,
biggest animal in the world, but yes.
yeah, and the elephants, which is the biggest land, which is the biggest mammal on land. So, just imagine, like dinosaurs. They were big. They were way bigger than the elephants.
Well, yeah, they were.
Some of the biggest.
T Rexes stood
T-Rex.
about
Yeah, but
17 feet tall.
yeah, but thanks to that meteorite impact, the dinosaurs had to pass the torch.
Well, okay, consider one thing here. Humans, or at least humanity from the very beginning, our earliest ancestors, and us. We have been around for about 4 million years, as from our earliest ancestors to now. We have been around for just 4 million years. The dinosaurs, they were around for over 200 million years.
That's true.
So, for us, in just in 4 million years from the very earliest ancestor, like uh, Anthropolopithecus or Lucy belonged to, and to us, took us 4 million years, or at least in 200,000 years after our first as earliest man appeared. It took us 4 million to almost 200,000 years to develop intelligence. And dinosaurs, wait, uh, they lived.
Somebody's
The
tired.
dinosaurs. So basically, the dinosaurs lived for about 150 million years.
That's
So
a long
compared
time.
to yeah, but get this: we only live for about our as earliest ancestors. It's about 4 million years. The dinosaurs have lived for over 150 million years. We developed intelligence. The dinosaurs, they had way longer life, much longer time to develop brains. They had way much longer. They couldn't develop intelligent species and like us. But here's the thing: even if the dinosaurs would have continued to survive or the meteor never happened, is there way chance for them to even develop intelligence? It's it's possible, but not entirely impossible. Like I guess make an example. In Star Trek, there is one dinosaur species of hadrosaur that did continue to evolve to humanoid. They literally were advanced. They built spaceships or starships, left Earth, settled down in across the galaxy. They were the most first advanced species on Earth.
Hmm.
So, and in the
I gotta really check
non-canonical
these
or
out.
non so in the non-canon Star Trek source, there were one species of dinosaurs on Earth that did show intelligence. So why can't the dinosaurs also be intelligence in real life?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean
Because
they had
Cobra wasn't around back then.
but but seriously though, they had 150 million years in order to have enough time to develop into evolving their brains even bigger. But for us, it's like a fraction of that time. Just imagine. It's like the movie got a good dinosaur. They didn't die out. In fact, even humans evolved. But is it possible that dinosaurs and humans could live by side?
I don't.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so. At least, I
I
mean,
mean,
we would have been well, we would have been hunted. And there are in fact some theories about the T Rex. Some scientists have for years believed that the T Rex was a predator, but later research shown maybe it's possible that uh, the T Rex was in fact more like vultures, scavengers. They didn't even hunt their own food. They only ate what they found.
how about that?
I mean, it's okay. How-
I mean, the dinosaurs were the rightful rulers of the world.
Yeah, true.
So if they were still here today, they would probably have wiped out humanity,
More likely,
and then they would
and
become the rulers of the world again.
true.
I mean,
And
what if we had a species of dinosaur that could actually talk to us and we were stupid enough to vote one of them for president?
mhm, okay.
Sorry,
I just looked.
that came out funny. Sorry.
Um, I just looked up how fast a T Rex can run. 44 miles per hour.
And oh wait, in Jurassic Park, I heard 32.
Well, they have more recent research into their structures, like using uh, actual skeleton, make a model on a computer, like a model, and adding muscles into it. So
Skeleton?
32 to 44, I think maybe it's possible they can run for 40 or 30 to 40 miles per hour. It depends.
That's incredible. 44 miles per
Yeah.
hour for just one ginormous carnivore.
But I don't believe they could run so like any faster because if it did, it would only break their bones.
There is no way
And
you can outrun those things.
mm-mm. But about the T-Rex, if you're considering for one side, like the arms, they were probably really. There is actually, you know, um, T-Rex has been, which is official king of the dinosaurs. But
Um,
there is, but there is one thing about the T-Rex that even after we found the bones, which is also known as the Tyrannosaurus Rex bone curse.
I mean, T-Rex
It's
translates to lizard king.
Yeah, but did you know that T-Rex in modern times even is known as especially if you find bones, T-Rex bones curse. No joke. It depends if you find the bones on private property or federal land. It can cause huge problems for you, if you're depending on where you're finding it. If in my country, if you find dinosaur bones, you would have to turn them in. But for me, where I live, if I want to go look around with dinosaur bones, it's slim to none because there was the only sources of any signs of dinosaur actually being present in my country is the most southern part of the country. Where I live, it would have been rare, like a big miracle if I ain't find anything. I wouldn't even be allowed to keep a dinosaur bone at all. But if I found some other fossils like ancient squids in marble, yeah, I can keep that. There are plenty of those already. So, but there would be one thing that's pretty really cool. I wish I could have a megalodon tooth. Those are badass. I mean, you just imagine a great white shark with someone that's nearly 2 to 3 times bigger. There are some people that believe that megalodon actually never did go extinct. They're still alive to even today. Some of the deep oceans.
It's shark
And
that ever lived.
yeah, but some believe that it's still alive.
I believe it still is.
It's possible because we, I mean, we had only explored our own ocean like 5% our own ocean. We know more about space than our own ocean.
That's what I
And
hear on numerous other documentaries.
mm, but the mainframe scientists, the science say it's not possible. It's extinct. But think about it. They found the coelacanth, an extinct, supposed extinct fish, who's supposed been extinct for 66 million years or so, and it found it to be much alive. So any other extinct animal that was supposed to be extinct for millions of years just showed up out of the blue. So, and cloning dinosaurs is not even realistic possible at all. So it's
Yeah.
just because even if in Jurassic Park they found blood the blood in mosquitoes in amber. I mean, if you managed to find that in real life,
All right.
the the DNA would have been degraded too badly for even that, too fractioned for any of that.
This is turning into Jurassic Park now.
Well, I mean, realistically, it's not possible for dinosaurs even to bring back, but
I know.
but other animals like the dodo bird or mammoths, it's more possible to bring back. But the main question is why to bring back the elephant, the mammoths? They died
I
out
I agree. Why would you bring those things back?
because here's the thing: the environment. They lived in such more open grass plains in some, like in Siberia, and even if we would manage to bring them back, release them in Siberia, their main food source was grass. But most of Siberia is now covered in forest, like pine tree forest. And even if they were find grass, it might not be in the same grass species as the mammoths once ate.
Hmm.
And the only way for to bring them back is to have them to having an Indian or Asian elephant to carry a hybrid. But it would be in like a 50-50 of those. You had to wait maybe 4 to 5 generations in to be a full bred mammoth. And we had to like wait 100 years to even to see just one full blood mammoth, which is impossible. I think cloning back some animals that had gone extinct is okay, but it certainly would not be. I think I should probably end the stream here for almost 4 hours. Yeesh.
Well,
Well,
all right.
before you, I want to point something out. I got this today: new mouse
A
and new
wireless?
headset.
Is that a
Yeah,
wireless?
wireless. Yeah.
Uh, battery power?
Yep.
I had one of those before. It's can't be only those are can be a bit nuisance, not knowing exactly when the power will run out. But I mean, it's impressive. I had that type
Um.
for a while.
Oh my goodness.
What, Mr. Green Yak?
I just hit. I, ju- I was testing some of the buttons on my. I tested the volume button on my headset, and I tried another button that was right next to it. It just started playing my Spotify music. No joke. I push it. The next thing I hear is on my Spotify is one of the songs or musical pieces I have on it.
Hmm. Okay.
Live stream. But they are very nice. On a live stream.
Um, should probably end here. So that's almost 3 hours, 4 hours. Well, everyone has been fun. So until next
It
time, which
has
will be
been.
so the next time will be tomorrow. Hopefully, you can have hours left for that. So
I'll
um,
try and
maybe
be on it tomorrow.
so tomorrow. I don't know. Uh, Game show stream or randomizer. You guys think?
Well, alrighty then.
You can do randomizer or smash or pass because
Mm,
I might not be here for a while tomorrow. Like I said, let you know.
yeah, but I will see. Anyways, this has been fun. So it is
All right.
Switch Double signing off. Bye
Signing
everyone. See
signing
ya.
off. See ya.
See ya.
Hey, goodbye. And Patrick.